What's up, everybody? Smash those likes as you come in here. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know what it is. It's Merkin Monday. We're going to get this thing going. Y'all know what it is. And then at night, we're going to keep it sports, family, music, food. Just life, cultural talk. I think that we need a release from this shit daily. It's a lot to consume. So I really want to stick to that, you know? What's up, Dre Cuts? Thank you for the heart me. If you don't have your heart me's in, you know what to do. Smash those likes, tap that screen, everybody. I do appreciate you being in here. Share the live, too, if you're coming in for the first time. We got to get these shares up. Get those shares up if we can. Okay? What I am doing is getting my shares up right now. You do that. Hold your finger on the side of the screen. And then what you're going to do is a white box is going to come up on the right. It says send. Send it out to as many people as you can, okay? Myra, what's going on? We're working the Merkin. That's the title of the live today. Hanging out. Gallery reset too. So we did light up like 10 things last night because we were on late. So all we have is 8 things left to light up, which is cool as shit. So check it out. Got a couple whales. Got a Leon kitten. Flying Jets. Here comes Myra with the Flying Jets. Drop that magnificent Myra sticker. She always lights the Jets up, so I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it indeed. Thank you for coming in. Mia, thank you so much. Myra, thank you so much. That means a lot. We've got a lot to go over today. I've got new rules for my mods. I put it in a group text today. So any MAGA mush brains in here, they're more than welcome to give us a view. Don't pin their comments if they're just trying to get attention. If I see something that I want to roast, I'll roast them. If I miss their comments, really don't care. What's up, Myra? Chrissy, thank you so much. What's up, Jan? So, kind of, if you join me, if you're joining me for the first time, I stream twice a day. First stream is going to be current events, political events. I'm going to keep you up to date on what's going on in American politics and certain aspects of global politics that involve the United States. And then at night, because these things are so heavy, I'm really sticking to it. We were great over the weekend. But I'm going to discuss sports, politics, sports, music, culture, food, whatever it is we're discussing during the night show and over the weekends. We're trying to detach a little bit from politics at night because you should not allow this to consume you for the entire time you're up during the day, right? Because they want us becoming complacent. The administration wants us to become burned out. And I think it's just good to have an outlet where you can just fucking laugh with people and talk about life and talk about family, your pets, your food, sports, whatever's going on. So we're going to stick to that, okay? Donald, thank you so much for the roses. Thank you for the heart me. KD, thank you so much. Everybody drop that magnificent Myra sticker in the chat too. She lit up the beautiful Flying Jets. Also, if you could please share the live out. There is a right share arrow at the bottom left, or the bottom right. I should not be the only one sharing the live in here, so make sure that you share it. Click that, copy and paste that share button, and individually share it with at least 3 to 5 of your friends. That way we can get up to 500 shares quick, fast, in a hurry. What's up, David? David, drop a follow if you're not dropping a follow. That's what you should do, too. If you're new in here or you come in quite a bit, drop us a follow. A follow if you're not dropping a follow. That's what you should do, too. If you're new in here or you come in quite a bit, drop us a follow. A follow on the account, okay? It helps us get pushed out too. It's Merkin Monday, so this is the MAGA Merkin, the Acedra. This is the Acedra Meta. Well, this is the Acedra Meta. That's what this Merkin is.
The FDA will be notifying physicians that the use of
Acedra.
Let's see how we say it. Use of
Acedra.
Let's see how we say that.
Acetaminophen.
Acetaminophen.
Is that okay?
Is that okay?
Is that okay? So that's what we got. We're working the Merkin today. What up, the dog did it? What up, what up, D-Town? So yeah, any MAGA mush brains in here that are not contributing, you know what to do. What's up, Joanne? But it is Merkin Monday. I put some new Merkin tape on the Merkin. So it is put together. It is stuck together for today. Well, Acedra. We call it, it's the Acedra Meta. Acedra Meta. Acedra. Well, that's what this Merkin is today. What's up, D-Town? Gold Knowles is right, Ruth, but a rough weekend. Rough weekend for the Knowles. Oh, Ruth, why the fuck are you not dropping a follow, too? Drop a follow, Ruth, top left of the screen. Drop a follow if you are in here and not following yet. My first question is why? Super. What's up? I don't give a fuck. We've got 3 fireworks up top. We lit up 11 fucking gifts in the gallery already, and it's a Monday. We started lighting them up last night, and then Myra just came in here and threw some flying jets. So knock those down if you can. I don't give a fuck. Thank you so much. We need a single person to throw 3. Thank you so much. I don't give a fuck. He knocked down the first one. We need a single person on 3. Timo, I don't accept MAGAs in the chat. I have rules here. If you don't have a profile picture, that's your face. You're not going to get called on. So if you don't show your face, no place here. Sorry about that. I don't give a fuck. Thank you so much. And congratulations on getting to level 31 in the chat. W's, I don't give a fuck in the chat. Yeah, I've got rules. If you're new here, I don't give a fuck. Thank you so much for the level up. Beautiful level up spotlight from I don't give a fuck. Thank you, I don't give a fuck. What's up, Tish? If you are new here and you are a MAGA, you got to have a profile picture. Can't be blank. Can't be something that's not your face. Can't be a side profile view. Thank you, I don't give a fuck. 25 dubs in the chat for I don't give a fuck on the level up spotlight. That was incredible. You also have to have a source and tell me what you're trying to talk about. We don't accept trustmebro.org. Google's a search engine. We don't accept that either. You also have to be able to turn on your camera. And you can do that, but you don't have a profile picture. And then the 4th condition is you cannot be dating or married to a family member. Not a sister, not a cousin. So if you don't meet any of the criteria, please just pop yourself right out of the box. I'm not going to bring you up. Yeah. Okay, so get those heart me's in.
How did he know? How did he know I was married to my sister? How did he know?
Savage, thank you so much. Leah, thank you for the October. We can need 1 person to throw 3 fireworks, and then we'll light that up, and then we'll move on to maybe I saw a pumpkin patch in here, which looked cool as fuck. So we'll move up to some pumpkin patches. But today, what we are going to discuss is some positive news. The court system, judges, have rejected Trump's desire to send troops to Portland, Oregon, and Chicago, Illinois. Even one of his own appointed judges in the city of Portland overruled him. Okay, so that is a positive. Thank you, Leah. Thank you, Kim, on the October. I love those pumpkins. KD, thank you so much on the fireworks. I appreciate that, KD. Win KD on the fireworks. And everybody, if you want to light the fireworks, how it works is a single person has to throw 3 of them to light them up in the gift gallery. Okay, so that's how it works. So if I don't give a fuck is throwing 1, Katie is throwing 1, so one of you would have to throw 2 more to light it up in the gallery. I'm just letting you know how it works. It's a bit weird, but that's how it works. It's not 3 collectively, it's 3 from an individual. Kim, thank you so much for coming in with the popular. You can thank Biden for this mess. Why would I thank Biden for this mess? He hasn't been in office for 9 months. How does that make sense? I don't give a fuck. Thank you so much. I don't give a fuck. We need 1 more from I don't give a fuck. Why would I blame Biden for Trump's mess? That doesn't make any sense. So if that's the case, you can blame Biden for high inflation. I mean, you can blame Trump for high inflation in Biden's first administration. If that's how we're doing it, so inflation was really on Trump then, is what you're telling me, when Biden was in office? How the fuck does that make any sense? What's up, everybody? So let's talk about the courts. So what we had Saturday was we had a decision from Judge Karen Immergut, who is a Trump appointee. Thank you, Maggie, for coming in. Thank you so much. Thank you for the heart me. I don't think I chose the heart me, so I'm not really sure why I chose the heart me, but thank you for the heart me too. I appreciate that. Win on the goal, win on the heart me's. I didn't do the heart me, so hold on, folks. Tap and clap, we need a couple more fireworks. We just need 1 from I don't give a fuck or 2 from KD, and that would work. What's going on, Mel? Okay, so her name is Judge Karen Immergut. She called Trump's statements about Portland G Money. Thank you so much for the fireworks. I appreciate that. Mass appeal. Stookies, thank you so much. She called the statements about the conditions in Portland untethered to facts. Said his move to try to deploy the National Guard in Portland, in the state of Oregon, violated the Constitution. She said the use of the military to quell unrest without the state of Oregon consenting risks the sovereignty of that state and others. Completely agree. Adding that it also inflamed tensions in the city and caused increased protests. I agree completely. Thank you, Calypso. I appreciate that. Y'all are doing awesome. We need 2 more fireworks or a single person to throw 3. So we need 1 from I don't give a fuck or 2 from Katie to light that up. I appreciate it. My hair is better. Yeah, I just put some new Merkin tape on it, so it's looking quite strong today. It is. Immergut ruled that the administration's arguments for the deployment risk blurring the line between civil and military federal power. I'm reading her quotes. This is from BBC, by the way. To the detriment of this nation. Couldn't agree more. While it's unclear whether troops have arrived in Chicago, they haven't. Any such deployment would likely be met with legal challenges, which we already have some in Illinois. So I'm going to tell you about that today, too. No worries, Rob. Tap that screen, everybody. Share the live. We've got pumpkins in the live. Thank you, I don't give a fuck. When I don't give a fuck. I think I don't give a fuck just lit that up in the gallery. Why is it not processing yet? I don't give a fuck. It should process. Oh, yeah, do we get it? Oh, yeah, we already got that one. What the fuck am I doing? We already got fireworks, too. Thank you, I don't give a fuck. I completely fucked that one up. Thank you, I don't give a fuck. Thank you, Maggie. I don't know how I fucked that one up. Sorry, I don't give a fuck. Thank you so much for lighting it up, though. I appreciate that. I don't give a fuck. Oh, yeah. The dog did it. Thank you, the dog did it on the 2 whales. I appreciate that so much. She just lit up the whale diving. 25 dubs in the chat for I don't give a fuck. 25 dubs in the chat for the dog did it on the 2 whales. Y'all are fucking lighting this entire fucking thing up. I appreciate you so much on a Monday. So, that happened. And what did Trump try to do last night? Tried to say he was going to deploy Texas National Guard members and California National Guard members to Portland. So what did our Judge Immergut do, who is a Trump appointee, by the way? She extended her order, and she said that no, you cannot send troops in from Texas and California to Chicago or Portland either. Okay, so he attempted to do this, and she stopped him. So a federal judge on Sunday night, the same judge, blocked the Trump administration from deploying hundreds of out-of-state National Guard troops to Oregon, even as Trump turned to the Texas National Guard in a widening hunt for military forces to send to Democratic cities. Yep. So the Trump administration had tried to send hundreds. Thank you, Maggie. Maggie is going crazy. Everybody, D, thank you so much. Maggie, thank you so much. Y'all are doing so fucking awesome in here. I don't even know what the fuck else we got left up there. We did the flying jets. What do we have left in here? Y'all are fucking amazing in here. Let's see what we got. I am going to reset the goal just to see what we got. We did the whale diving. Oh, Leon Kitten. We like the Leon Kitten, too. We only need 1 Leon Kitten. Let's do the Leon Kitten. Let's run it down. What's up, Maggie? So he tried to get hundreds of National Guard members from California and Texas to send to Oregon. And U.S. District Court Judge Immergut said no. She's a Trump appointee. She called emergency hearing on Sunday night and stopped him. She broadened her restraining order to cover the relocation, the federalization, or the deployment of members of the National Guard of any state or the District of Columbia and the state of Oregon, telling Justice Department lawyers that the president was in direct contravention of her order. Go, Judge Immergut. This is how you fucking answer to a authoritarian. And everybody that says Trump doesn't listen to court orders, well, he sure fucking listened to this one, because he's trying to appeal this today. He didn't just send the guard in, he appealed it. So everybody's saying he's not listening to court orders. Wrong. If he wasn't listening to court orders, he would have sent them anyway. He didn't. Okay, the states didn't. So he is listening. Maggie, thank you so much. D, thank you so much for the manifesting. Y'all are doing incredible. I appreciate it. Maggie, amazing. Everybody on the gifts, thank you so much. Michael S., thank you so much. Big Bakes, thank you. Thank you so much. I don't give a fuck. When I don't give a fuck. 50 dubs in the chat for I don't give a fuck. Thank you so much. I don't give a fuck. 50 dubs in the chat for I don't give a fuck. We have lit them things up. Everything. Love the Leon. I love it too. So y'all are just lighting this up at a rapid pace. So this is a win. And he is listening. So today he's trying to appeal that. All right? He's trying to appeal these moves. Okay? Which I like. So the Trump administration filed an emergency appeal seeking to stay the ruling. So everybody's saying he's not listening to the courts. Wrong. Here's another fucking example of him listening to the courts. If he wasn't, those National Guard members would have been deployed already. He can't legally do that. Okay? He can't legally do it. So that's why they're appealing. And then Illinois, I spoke about in my video yesterday. I told people that Illinois was going to fight back. Maggie, thank you so much. And they are fighting back. Okay, so today what happened in the great state of Illinois? Illinois sued the Trump administration. Leah, thank you so much for the October. And Monita, thank you for the populars. Y'all are doing amazing. Dubs in the chat for Leah. Dubs in the chat for Monita. Bonita. Maggie with the trick or treat. We're going to do another goal right now. They've got some new pumpkin patches, so we're going to go with the pumpkin patch. And then we're going to go with the autumn leaves, because these are all cool as shit, all these new ones, if I can find it. So Illinois sued Trump today over his efforts to deploy the National Guard in the state of Illinois. We knew that was going to come because Illinois is going to fight back. J.B. Pritzker, he's going to fight back. Mayor Johnson, they're going to fight back. And they are. These are positive. These are all positive, folks. These are positives. We have to fucking take the victories when we get them, right? Got to focus on the victories when we get them. Okay, pumpkin pie, pumpkin latte. All right, folks. We're doing the fucking pumpkin patch. I haven't seen the pumpkin patch before. It's a brand new holiday gift. I know. What's up, Melly? Good to see you. 250 people in here. Keep smashing those likes. Let's get to 50,000 likes. Hashtag FYP if you can in the chat. Also, keep sharing the live. We're already up to 326 shares. Let's get that up to 500. You know how to do that by now. Finger on the screen, and what you do, you're going to share that out to 3 people when the send box comes up on the right. Let's get that to 500. I appreciate it. The lawsuit charges that deploying federalized troops to Chicago infringes on Illinois' sovereignty and the right to governance, self-governance. It does. Illinois filed a lawsuit on Monday. I'm reading from NBC News right now. In an attempt to block the Trump administration from deploying federalized National Guard troops on the streets of Chicago. The American people, regardless of where they reside, should not live under the threat of occupation by the U.S. military. Specifically, not simply because their city or state leadership has fallen out of a president's favor. That's according to the Illinois Velo. Thank you so much for the level up, Sparks. I appreciate that. Thank you. Who else in here? My friends live in Portland. Nothing's happening. Yeah, I have a friend in Portland too. LP Camp, thank you so much for the October. I appreciate that. I messaged him, Tiff D. I didn't get a response back, so I messaged him at like 9 in the morning. Yes, I'm sporting. This is called Merkin Monday. This is a pubic hair toupee. It's beautiful. You can get it at gettrumpcoins.org. Get Trump coins. It's all computer. We're going to throw in 2 bottles of piss cologne. We're going to throw in 2 shit tarps, all for the price of $86.47. You guessed it. $86.47. Yeah, so it's Merkin Monday. That's why the title of the live today is Working the Merkin. If you're not following here too, if you're new to the live, drop a follow button, top left of your screen. It's a little plus button right next to my logo. Help us maintain the Live Pro status. Drop us a follow. Drop us a like. If it was dangerous, why were there 12,000 runners in Portland? We know it's not dangerous. Fox News was recycling old video and trying to get their base riled up because they realized that their base, they're not very intelligent. We love the poorly educated. We love the illiterate. Thank you, D-Town. I appreciate that. You didn't realize PR is part of Mexico? Apparently it is now. Yeah, apparently it is, Michael Batts. To MAGAs anyway. But yeah, that's a thing too. Apparently, if you are Puerto Rican too, you're going to get deported. To where, I don't know. Even though you're a citizen, since Puerto Rico is a American territory as well as the Virgin Islands. But if you're a citizen like Bad Bunny, you're going to get deported. I'm not sure where. But yes. Anyway, the Attorney General's office, Taz, thank you so much for the populars. Y'all are doing amazing. What's up, Helen? Great to see you in the live, Helen. We're having a Merkin Monday. We're working the Merkin. State of Michigan is fighting back. A lot of states are fighting back. And we're going to get into that too. I'm going to get into the court orders. Because there's a lot of misconceptions that Trump is winning everything in courts. He's not. Now, the Supreme Court is giving him some victories temporarily. They're not even making final rulings. D, thank you so much for the Viking Hammer. Win D in the chat. 25 dubs for D in the chat. Y'all are fucking amazing. Almost 50,000 likes in here already. I put the pumpkin patch animation up because it's brand new. It's right above my head. We've already lit up 13 goals on a Monday in the gallery. Oh, shit. Did we just get a patch? Oh, now how cute is that, Maggie? Win Maggie in the chat. That's I might keep that. That might be my favorite one for the fall. We love the pumpkin patch and we love Maggie. Drop that Maggie sticker in the chat. That pumpkin patch is amazing. 3 more of those pumpkin patches. That might be my new fave. Amazing, Maggie. Here we're working till 6. Oh, no worries. Continue to listen. We will be back at night. If you're just coming in, we are keeping our night lives like family, sports, food, culture only. We're not going to talk about politics at night like we didn't over the weekend. It was really fun. We had an R&B and soul night on Friday night. It was so fun. Yeah, I don't really know much about the Diane Goodstein yet. The investigation is still underway, but I'm going to cover that. I'm going to tell you what happened so far. We don't really know a motivation yet. Teej. That thing is cool as fuck. Win Teej in the chat. Wasn't music night fun on Friday? Win Teej. 50 dubs in the chat for Teej on the pumpkin patch. I fucking love it. W's in the chat, Teej. Thank you so much, Teej. She ruled against Trump. I'm trying to get rid of her background. She didn't necessarily rule against Trump. She just refused to share voting data. From what I know, it wasn't a ruling against Trump. It was just a refusing to give up voter rolls. So again, until I actually have a motivation, until we actually hear something from investigators, I'm not someone who spreads ideas or stories before I actually have the facts. So, I mean, in this day and age, it wouldn't surprise me. We've had other judges getting threatened before. We've had family members of judges getting unalived before. Okay, so it wouldn't surprise me, but I'm just not somebody until we have the facts. I'm not going to push something that I don't know. So we will say, I'm sure she was getting threats. A lot of judges that fucking ruled against Trump or the administration get threats, and they have been getting threats. So that's nothing new. Jenny Hope, thank you so much. Yeah, Paulie, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Maybe it's the hair, could be. We've got 220 people in here. We got two. It is sad. And again, I wait for information. It's a possibility. Like I said, with this administration, this political fucking environment that we're in, it's a strong possibility, right? Okay, so the American people, regardless of where they reside, should not live under the threat of occupation by the U.S. military, particularly not simply because their city or state leadership has fallen out of a president's favor. That's according to the Illinois Attorney General Office, wrote in a filing which names Trump, Quad D, Kristi Noem, Pete Kegsbreath, and Daniel Driscoll as defendants. The Trump administration's illegal actions have already subjected and are subjecting Illinois to serious and irreparable harm, the suit says. The White House maintained Trump's actions are lawful. Again, there's no emergency. Amidst ongoing violent riots and lawlessness, they have not shown that there are violent riots or lawlessness that local leaders like Governor Pritzker have refused to step in to quell. Quad D has exercised its lawful authority to protect federal officers and assets. Give me any example of the federal officers being attacked on a rapid scale, on a large scale, by American citizens in any of these cities. I'll wait. I haven't seen it yet. Quad D will not turn a blind eye to lawlessness plaguing the American cities. Well, it shouldn't be lawless. You were the president of law and order. Why would we have lawlessness 9 months into your administration? Sounds like you're not doing your job. How does that make sense? You were supposed to end fucking crime. It's now 9 months in. If these cities are lawless, that's on you. D, thank you so much. Summer, thank you so much. Secondly, why did you wait 9 months to address crime in these cities? None of it makes any sense, right? Representatives from the Justice Department, U.S. Army, and Department of Homeland Security did not immediately respond to requests for comment. The Pentagon, Kegsbreath, of course, he refused to comment too. The legal action comes after a federal judge in Oregon, we just talked about it, Immergut, issued 2 separate orders over the weekend temporarily blocking the Trump administration from sending federalized National Guard troops from California or any state to Portland, Oregon, and Chicago. It's a part of a wave of Democrat-run cities and states that Trump has targeted with federal troops. This country has a long-standing and foundational tradition of resistance to government overreach, especially in the form of military intrusion into civil affairs, U.S. District Judge Karen Immergut said. A Trump appointee, not a liberal judge, MAGAs, if you're in here trying to date me, not a liberal judge. Deb, thank you so much for the goat. D, thank you for the Caterpillar Chaos. Deb, thank you for the goat again. What's up, Simple Life? I appreciate everybody. Keep knocking these goals out. Keep looking at the gift gallery. See if you like anything. Right now, we got an Interstellar. We've got pumpkin patches right over my head. We've already lit up 13 gifts in the gallery on a Sunday and Monday. We need to work hard, play hard, an Interstellar, party on, and then the big ones. Y'all know what it is. Helen, I just dropped one of your uni highlight videos. I hope you caught it. So yeah, he's lying. This suit was brought on behalf of Illinois, and the city of Chicago makes similar arguments about federal overreach. The federalization orders deployment of federalized military forces to protect federal personnel and property from violent demonstrations that are occurring or are likely to occur, represents the exact type of intrusion on state power that is the heart of the 10th Amendment, the suit says. What happened to state rights? What happened to states' rights? Yes, Helen, I gave you a shout out. I got to give a shout out. I'm going to make a couple more highlight videos too. Also posted a new video, so check it out. Sonia, thank you so much for coming in here. I appreciate that. Now I'm going to give you some polling data. This came out about earlier. This was posted this morning. And you know Harry Enton, he's a pollster on CNN. I showed you a bunch of his polls last week on how the American citizens are against the ICE deployment. They're against ICE operations right now. They're against the government shutdown. Now I'm going to show you the latest poll today on his deployment of National Guard. So I'll put it on the screen. It's not that long, but you can see that the American citizens are largely against this, okay? So listen up. I'll show it on the screen.
I don't know what that was. I guess they're thinking I need more exercise.
You showed up here at the
Here we go.
exact right moment. What's public opinion saying right now about the use of National Guard troops, the deployment into cities?
Yeah, it's a political loser, John. It's a political loser. Donald Trump may think it's a political winner, but it's a political loser. Oppose Trump deploying in a U.S. city, active duty U.S. military, 61%. The National Guard in particular, 58%. When you get 3 in 5 Americans agreeing on anything, you know if that is on the opposition side, it's a political loser. And among independents, who are, of course, that key block in the middle of the United States political electorate, we're talking about 2/3 of independents there and about who oppose the deployment of either active duty U.S. military or National Guard into U.S. cities.
What are the questions that people are asking, or what are the issues they see with these deployments?
Okay, look, I think it's that.
So you've got the National Guard opposing deploying troops to U.S. city, and you've got over, what, 2/3 of independents, which is the most important voting bloc in fucking elections right now. And this is a YouGov poll, by the way. This is not a CNN poll, just so you know. Bah ha ha lies. Cool. Thank you for your insight. Awesome. And what do you have any proof that these are lies, Linda S? Where is your source besides your feelings?
Well, I feel like these are lies. I have no clue why.
Linda, I like feelings I don't really care about. So unless you have something to show that these are lies or to prove they're lies, what's your poll?
Donald Trump's case for why these troops must go into the U.S. cities. So the New York Times essentially gave you a two-pronged little answer here, right? Trump may use the National Guard.
Linda says my source lies. Okay, so tell me the source that tells the truth. Show me a source that proves these numbers are lies or that shows otherwise. I'll wait. Why are these lies? According to what? Your feelings? This is a poll. A poll. Why would the poll? What's wrong with the poll? YouGov lies? Okay, so give me the source that shows otherwise. And why would your source be the truth? Sorry, folks. I didn't mean to mute this.
Or big city crime will spiral out of control if the troops don't go into cities. What you see here is the majority that takes the case.
Now, this is a different poll. This is a New York Times Siena poll. See? Trump may use National Guard to intimidate rivals. 51% think that that's how he's using the troops. And then only 42% said big city crime will spiral without National Guard. And I think that's crazy that that's even 42%.
The National Guard to intimidate political rivals at 51%.
So, Linda, I asked you a question. So give me the polls that reflect the truth and not my truth. So now you give me some sources where I can show data on these same topics. Give me your polls. Which polls should I be using, Linda? Give them to me. What are they called?
2% of Americans agree with the Donald Trump stance that, in fact, big city crime will spiral out of control if the National Guard doesn't go into U.S. cities. So essentially what we're seeing here is Donald Trump's making a case, the Democratic opposition's making another case, and the Democratic opposition's case is winning here. And that is a big reason why what you see is you get about 3 in 5 Americans saying they don't want troops going into U.S. cities.
You have another really interesting way.
There you go. Linda, eat it and weep.
Well, I feel like my poll is my feelings. And I just feel like I have a gut feeling.
Yeah, so Linda, notice how Linda has still not provided her source that shows otherwise. And so this is why I don't engage in these conversations, because Linda, you're an unserious person. You're just so overconsumed and overwhelmed by your own feelings and biases that you can't even think straight. You can't even give me another fucking name of a poll. This is why I don't do this with you people, because it's a waste. You're so consumed. I'm showing you data. You have none, but you come in here.
You're lying, even though I don't have anything to show you're lying or to prove otherwise.
I'm not interested in that. You're disingenuous, you're foolish, and now you're gone. Yeah, it's a waste of all of our time, right? There's no value to a conversation there. What I think is crazy about this is even I just put on the screen, 42% of people in this New York Times Siena poll said big city crime will spiral without the National Guard. Even that in itself doesn't make sense.
No.
Because Trump was supposed to be the law and order president. Trump said he's already gotten crime to 0 in cities like Washington, D.C. and Los Angeles. So why would big city crime spiral without the National Guard? Why would 42% of people say that? I thought he already had crime at 0%. Why would it spiral out of control since he's the president? How the fuck does that make any sense, Magus? I thought he was your law and order fucking president. I thought there was no crime.
Nuh-uh, no.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. Why would crime in big cities spiral without the National Guard? Who's the president right now? I thought he was eliminating crime. That doesn't really make any sense. It would spiral without the National Guard. Well, why would that happen without the National Guard? I thought everybody was scared of Trump. I thought he was a law and order president. That's fucking weird. That's a weird position on somebody that was supposed to get crime to zero. Now he can't get crime to zero without the National Guard all of a sudden? That's fucking weird. That's weird, isn't it, chat? It's fucking weird. And secondly, why aren't you worried about the crimes that are going on in his own administration in the White House? That's fucking weird. So I just wanted to show you that poll, okay? Because that's the latest poll. Just weird. What's up, Bree? Love everybody in here on a Monday, MAGA Merkin Monday. What is this called? A Merkin Monday. I appreciate it. We got 2 more pumpkin patches up. We are lighting the gallery up right now. We've got, what the fuck do we have? Work hard, play hard left. We got 2 pumpkin patches. Let's keep the momentum. If you can throw populars, amazing. Roses, even little things to get us pushed out. Handheld hearts, whatever it is, cowboy hats. It all helps us on the algorithm. So keep staying engaged. It's positive for the live stream. Let's get like 300, 400 people in here. Debs, thank you so much for the love you. Monita, thank you for the populars. Here we go. Everything helps us get pushed out, okay? Thank you for the high bear, Deb. Helen, thank you for the populars. Rob, thank you for all those roses. Cat Noni, thank you for the finger hearts. Clusy, thank you for the Octobers. 2 more pumpkin patches above my head. Might be my favorite animation right now in this toolbox for the fall. It's beautiful. There's a lot of pumpkins through the pumpkin patch. It's a beautiful...
Dr. Fauci.
Yeah, so that doesn't make sense, right? Then it said the judge allows NGuard troops in Illinois for now. I didn't hear that one. What judge was it? Let me see if that's being reported. Helen! I fucking love that one. Thank you, Helen. I appreciate that. And John A. Y'all are fucking awesome. Drop the John A sticker. Drop the Helen sticker. Drop 50 doves for each of them. I love that one. Is that one not fucking amazing? That's an amazing... That's actually a really amazing one. So let me see what judge... So for now, they're being allowed in... That's weird. Judge declines to stop Guard troops from deploying in Illinois for now. Okay, Illinois officials had sought to block the deployment. I'm reading this. Of 200 National Guard troops from Texas headed to Chicago. Pritzker called the mobilization as unconstitutional invasion. I like that. Keep using that. A federal judge on Monday declined to block the deployment of troops to Illinois. So I want to know what's going on with Oregon. Why are they not allowed in Oregon? The judge's ruling, which allows the deployment to move ahead for now, again, temporarily, going to be a waste of time. I'm sure these Texas National Guard members are thrilled. And again, it's only 200 of them, so what a waste of time. Came as a military official said 200 troops from Texas Guard were headed to Illinois, and lawyers from the Trump administration said they were expected to be deployed by Tuesday or Wednesday. A similar effort to Portland has been blocked for now. So Illinois sued the president on Monday to stop, and their plan all along has been to cause chaos. Here's what else we know. The Oregon appeal, Trump administration also appealed in Oregon, so we will see. Trump-appointed judge, we know, blocked Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, a Democrat who denounced some federal immigration operations, said he would establish ICE-free zones to prevent federal agents from staging operations without a warrant. Love that, by the way. The village president in the Chicago suburb of Broadview issued an executive order curtailing protest hours outside of a federal immigration facility. Smart. Saying it was partly to protect demonstrators from federal agents. Smart. So if they're going to be there, like, at least these state leaders are fucking making it safer for people to be in the city and trying to cut ICE operations off in some portions of the city. I think that is important. Everybody tap that screen, share the live. We are doing amazing. We're going to go with work hard, play hard next. We got to knock these down in the gallery. We got 13 goals down. Thank you, John A. Drop 50 dubs in the chat for John A. Drop 50 dubs in the chat for Helen. Amazing. Smash those likes if you are in here. We're covering politics during the day. We're going to chill at night, talk sports, talk food, talk music, talk culture, talk family, whatever the fuck you want to talk at night.
Everything.
But we're going to try to keep it off politics at night because we need to take a mental health break. Like, this shit is wild. Putting together shows, talking these shows all the time. One work hard, play hard up top, everybody. Y'all are doing amazing. Christy Nome crashing out on Fox. No Chicago restaurants will serve ICE. I like it. Go Chiefs. How about them Chiefs? Chiefs. What's up, Maggie's in here? Yes, I do. Okay, cool. So, Trump administration's legal filing over its right to send troops to Portland depicts the city as a hotbed of violence and chaos and argues that he has authority to deploy troops. Demonstrations there have rarely expanded beyond 1 block of the immigration detention facility in the city. Until the president's announcement that he was sending in troops, protests rarely numbered more than 24 people. Clashes have turned more violent since Mr. Trump's announcement. Of course. Again, he wants to create problems that don't fucking exist. That's the whole goal. What's up, Chris? But again, for everybody that says Trump isn't listening to court orders, incorrect. He didn't deploy troops to Portland. He didn't deploy troops to Chicago when these judges fucking put in blocks. If he wasn't listening to orders, he would have just sent them anyway. He didn't. He actually filed an appeal. So don't say that he is not listening to orders. Yeah, he is. Now, we don't always like the outcomes of what happens next, but he is. And I'm going to get into that today as well, right? Deb, thank you so much. Dub's in the chat. Dub Tina. We got one work hard, play hard up top. We're doing amazing. Y'all are so fucking awesome. We've been on, about 40 minutes so far, doing amazing. Damaris, what's going on, Damaris? So don't selectively interpret what you think is happening with the law. Stick to the facts. I know the court system is definitely not perfect in the United States. Far from. Far from. We know we don't have equal justice for everyone. We know the court operates very slowly. Okay, but he is listening and he's going through the legal routes, filing appeals before he deploys National Guard members. Deb, thank you so much. What's up, John A. is back. The other story I wanted to talk about, which somebody brought up, if you didn't hear this weekend, on Saturday morning in South Carolina, a judge that had not been cooperating. What? Reproduce content, learn more. Warning. This behavior is not in line with our policies. May result. Reproduce. I don't know what I'm talking about. I got to be careful, I think, when I put up stories. So from now on, what I'm going to do, I just got something because I think I put too much of the polling on the screen, so I can't put polling on the screen. But anyway, tap that screen, everybody. Share the live. I appreciate you being in here. We are doing awesome. Tap the screen, share the live. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. John, thank you for liking the live. Patty, thank you so much. Sociology, thank you so much. Yeah, so South Carolina judge, her house was exploded into flames in South Carolina, and she was apparently trying to prevent the federal government from acquiring certain voter roll data, voting data. Okay, and her home was engulfed in flames. The husband had to jump out of the window. He broke his fucking legs. Her children had to escape the house. They seem to all be okay. I don't know what she reported. It said something about reproduced content. So I don't know what the fuck that even means. I'm not reproducing any content. This content is my own. I did show some results of recent polling. Maybe I'll just talk about them next. But pretty weird because I'm not reproducing any content. All my own content. Patty! Hey! Win Patty in the chat on the work hard, play harder. Drop 25 dubs in the chat. Drop 50 dubs in the chat for Patty. Also, drop that Patty sticker. Y'all are fucking awesome in here on a Monday. Getting this shit lit up. We only need like 4 more fucking gifts to get this thing lit up. Interstellar. What we're going to do next, too, though. Let's do these real quick. Let's do 13 Octobers. They're just little pumpkins for October. Everybody can get involved in this. Maggie, thank you so much. It will help the live get pushed out. So, a blaze that engulfed the South Carolina home of a state circuit court judge and her husband and a former state senator. Her husband is a former state senator. Clusie, thank you so much. Leah, thank you so much. Is under investigation according to the authorities. Deb, thank you for the October. Maggie, thank you so much. Monita, Leah, amazing with the pumpkins in the October. So I appreciate that. CJ, love, thank you for the heart me. Get those heart me's in. Damaris on the pumpkin. I think I'm going back to the pumpkin patch next. Stormy, thank you. CJ Love, thank you. Firefighters from multiple fire departments. Brooksy, thank you. Maggie, thank you. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Brooksy. Drop that Maggie sticker. Y'all are doing amazing. The house is owned by Judge Diane Goodstein and her husband, who is a former state senator, Arnold Goodstein. Leah, thank you so much. Linda, Deb, Stormy, y'all are amazing. 3 people were hospitalized after the blaze, according to a press release from the town of Modesto Beach. The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division told CNN in a statement Monday it is investigating a house fire that occurred on Saturday. Stormy, thank you so much. Dubs in the chat for Stormy. We need one more of these beautiful Octobers. It actually happened around 11:25 a.m. Saturday in South Carolina in Colton County. SLED's investigation is active and ongoing. The cause of the fire, again, this is important, is not immediately known. Debs, thank you so much. Maddie, thank you so much. Y'all are amazing. I appreciate that. We're going to go back to the pumpkin patch because I just fucking love it. It's so fantastic. And it's so festive. And it kind of matches. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do autumn leaves next. And then we'll go back to the pumpkin patch. So we got autumn leaves up top, folks. Y'all are amazing. Thank you, everybody, on that gold. Debs, Gaines. Deb, again, y'all are amazing. St. Paul's Fire District said in a post the people inside the home escaped by jumping from an elevated first floor, adding, due to the remote nature of the lot, the occupants had to be rescued from the backyard via kayaks. One patient was evacuated by air to the Medical University of South Carolina. 2 others were taken to the same hospital, according to the Colleton County Fire Rescue Captain, K.C. Campbell. Videos on social media and broadcast by CNN affiliates showed fierce flames engulfing the beachfront property with plumes of smoke rising into the air. Chief Justice John Kitteridge, David, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I don't know what the cause is. Either do the fire investigators, but you can't leave anything out with this fucking environment that we're in right now, this political climate. Jules, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate that. 5 autumn trees up. So, Chief Justice John Kitteridge is aware of an incident involving Circuit Court Judge Diane Goodstein. At this time, SLED is on the scene and will begin investigating as soon as the fire has been contained, the court said on Saturday in a statement. Local law enforcement partners have been alerted and asked people to provide extra patrols and security. The judicial branch will remain in close communication with SLED. CNN had reached out to Judge Goodstein for comment. A public affairs officer with the FBI in South Carolina told CNN they are not involved with the investigation with South Carolina Law Enforcement Division yet. Linda, thank you so much. I appreciate that. So, if you look up Diane Goodstein, also, thank you, Clusie. Win, Linda. Win, Maggie. Win, Clusie. Let's see. So, I'm going to look up that judge. Okay, but this is crazy. She had, about 4 days ago, she had ruled, this is no joke, this is from like local news. A judge ruled Wednesday the South Carolina Election Commission can continue handing over voter data to the federal government. A judge decided against granting a temporary injunction for Calhoun County voter Ann Crooks, who attempted to halt the process by filing a lawsuit against the South Carolina Elections Commissions. Thank you, Deb. Crooks argued the disclosure of her data would violate her right to privacy. Circuit Court Judge Diane Goodstein also issued a temporary restraining order to halt the process on September 2nd, saying that there is a likelihood that immediate and irreparable damage will result to a plaintiff if her personal data is released in violation of her right to privacy. So the U.S. Department of Justice had been pushing for South Carolina's voter registration list, which included personal data like the last 4 digits of your social security number and your license number, according to a letter from the DOJ. So what Goodstein was trying to do was protect a voter who brought a fucking suit against the South Carolina Election Commission. So that's what I think that people are trying to make a connection. Again, I don't make any connection until I actually see the data. But she had been trying to protect voters in South Carolina from forcing their voting information to being turned over to the Department of Justice. So there could be a connection. There could not be a connection. We don't know yet. But the timing is very interesting. Very interesting because the judge just actually ruled against that restraining order just 4 days ago and was going to allow the DOJ to obtain that data. But Diane Goodstein was fighting for privacy in the state, and she actually blocked South Carolina from giving the DOJ millions of voters' data earlier in September. Yeah, so that's crazy, right? So now people are trying to say, and this is all from like local South Carolina news. I'm talking about within a month, right? So the timing is interesting because dated September 3rd, last Tuesday, Circuit Court Judge, I'm reading from South Carolina 5 News, by the way. Circuit Court Judge Diane Goodstein issued a temporary restraining order resulting from a new lawsuit challenging whether the South Carolina Election Commission will give voters data to the Department of Justice. Earlier this summer, the DOJ had told South Carolina to turn over the information of more than 3.3 million people registered to vote in the state. And she was trying to protect her voters from that. Yeah. Right, Polly, right? Yeah, you're right, Polly. They love government shutdowns. They love resorting to violence. You are right. As Kate sees it, thank you for coming in. I appreciate that. If you're not following the live stream, please follow the live stream. We're doing great. We need 3 more autumn trees up. Don't lose focus in here. Please drop those roses and populars and handheld hearts and little Octobers, whatever gets us pushed out. I appreciate it. Yeah, so you determine. Thank you, Tiff D. Throw some days on it so you can come up with your own theory on what a connection might be, if there is a connection. Chris, thank you for the populars. Summer, thank you for the populars. All helps us. Biatch, thank you. Wags, thank you. Every gift counts. I appreciate it. Every heart me, every rose, every popular, every universe, everything. Bora B, thank you so much for the autumn. Y'all are doing amazing. We're going to go to the pumpkin patch next because that's my favorite one right now. And I'm tearing up another fresh pumpkin pie this week. What's up, Journey? Y'all are doing amazing. So, yeah, there could be a connection. There could not be, but it's definitely within. I mean, we're talking about within 6 weeks. It's pretty suspicious. Gaines, my love, thank you so much for the autumn trees. Cindy Rue, thank you so much for the pumpkin. Lur Lozano, thank you. Y'all are doing amazing. I appreciate that. Also, if you'd rather make a contribution, VMOC app, you know where to find that. Link tree in the bio. You know where the fuck that is. All right, let's see real quick. We're going to go with pumpkin patch, folks, because that's my favorite one right now. Let's see if we can get 3 more pumpkin patches in here. This, if you haven't seen this one, it's so fucking amazing. It's so animated. It's so active. It's so orange and festive in fall. 3 pumpkin patches. Kegs, what about Keg's Breath? What's Keggers doing? Did another signal gate? Did he really? Wouldn't surprise me. So that's what's going on with the deployment of troops. That's what's going on with the judge. Sunrise, thank you for the October. We've got the pumpkin patches back up on the fucking screen. But also, if you like anything in the gallery, go check it out. We've already lit up 14 things, and it's only a Monday. Interstellar, Party On and On, Lion, Uni, all that's left. It's amazing. Trish Dishes, thank you so much. Journey, thank you for the trick or treat. I appreciate you. But the good thing is the courts are fighting back. Okay, and you know what is really weird? I don't know why a judge would let the deployment to occur for now. And again, it's only 200 members being sent to Chicago, so it's not a very big number of National Guard members, but the point is he's manufacturing problems that don't exist. Maggie, thank you so much for the October. Journey, thank you for the popular. I appreciate you. Y'all are doing amazing. That's the main point. Charmin, thank you for the autumn love. Also, if you do choose the VMOC app route, I will read any comments as long as they don't get me flagged too. If you want me to cover a topic, if you've got a question, you can also write it in the comments with a contribution to the live too, so always know that. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about today is there is a lot of talk. My legs are, I got Bones is actually laying in between my legs as I'm filming this right now. As we're streaming the live. It's funny. Bones is just sprawled out right now, right between my legs. The ICE agents, I did see that, Chrissy. Not me. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Pumpkin patches overhead, folks. 3 pumpkin patches. Let's knock them down. There's a cool article right now, okay? And it's from Reuters, however you want to say it. These dogs, I know he is like, my fucking leg is stiff right now. Journey, thank you for the budding heart. I appreciate that. Look at Helen on the pumpkin patch. Everybody pay attention to Helen on the pumpkin patch. That's going to be another highlight video. Win Helen in the chat on the pumpkin patch. I fucking love that thing. 2 more pumpkin patches. It was not on your bingo card. I know. It's crazy, right? So that's what's going to happen. Thank you, buddy. This is called it's Merkin Monday. You can get one of these. GetTrumpCoins.org. Get yours today. It's all computer. It's all computer. We're going to throw in 2 bottles of piss cologne and 2 shit tarps as featured on Fox and Friends in the morning. All for the price of, you guessed it, $86.47. All for the price of $86.47. Get yours today. It's all computer. Journey, thank you so much for the bubble gum. I appreciate it. It's so autumn, right? We love it. So we got 2 more pumpkin patches. So this article is great. It's from October 3rd, just a few days ago, and it says the major cases, and I decided to go through this today, okay, because there is a lot of talk about Trump. Well,
He's just disobeying the courts.
Kind of. In other cases, like the Supreme Court hasn't made final rulings on a lot of these cases, but he's been stopped, okay? So the Supreme Court has dealt with a series of cases involving challenges to the actions of Quad D. Again, so like examples where he has lost. The firing of Lisa Cook. She's been able to fucking remain in her job so far. He has not been able to get rid of her. Okay, birthright citizenship. He hasn't ended birthright citizenship. The courts have told, there's actually been class action lawsuits. The Supreme Court said this can still be challenged through class action lawsuits, just not nationwide injunctions. Hasn't been able to get rid of birthright citizenship. Has listened, can't do it. Okay, firing of federal workers and agency officials. He just hired thousands of people back with the GSA, okay? So he is listening. Clusie, thank you so much for the ELF. I appreciate that. Sometimes it doesn't happen at the pace that we would like it to happen, but it happens. He brought Abrego Garcia back. He turned a plane full of Guatemalan children around. He turned a plane in Abilene, Texas around when he was trying to fucking deport people under the Alien Enemies Act, and the courts told him he couldn't. So you have to pay attention when he actually is being stopped. You know, like you've got it. You can't just let your feelings get in the way, even on our side. Just because other things aren't happening as quickly as possible, or he is going to get some wins in the Supreme Court. He just is. ICE is making, that's crazy. What's up, great Naomi? Yeah.
I just feel like...
Thank you, Bossy. I appreciate that. I love you being here. Great Naomi, thank you for the popular. So, the Supreme Court justices, these are some cases coming up. Firing the federal governor. We know the Fed governor of the Federal Reserve, Lisa Cook. So far, there's been multiple judges that told him she can keep her job. There's no fucking cause for her being fired, okay? The justices will hear final arguments to remove Lisa Cook in a major legal battle over the first ever bid by a president to fire a Fed official as he challenges the central bank's independence. The court declined to immediately decide a Justice Department request to put a hold on a judge's order to temporarily block Trump from removing Cook. So the Supreme Court already denied that. Okay, so like you have to actually acknowledge when the Supreme Court is actually helping the country too, okay? In creating the Fed Reserve in 1913, Congress passed a law called the Federal Reserve Act. It included provisions to shield the central bank from political interference, requiring governors to be removed by a president only for cause. For cause, though the law does not define the term nor establish procedures for removal, Trump claims that Cook committed mortgage fraud after taking office, which Cook denies. CJ Love, thank you. I love that one. Win CJ Love in the chat. 50 dubs for CJ Love. Thank you, CJ Love. One more pumpkin patch, everybody. Dubs in the chat for CJ Love. I love that one. It's so festive. It's so festive. It's like, I can't wait to have that tomorrow and have my little Trump. Fuck Trump pumpkin towel for Towel Tuesday, for Terrible Towel Tuesday. Terrific Towel Tuesday, that's what I should call it. So, Cook denies engaging in mortgage fraud. In fact, his prosecutors couldn't find any evidence of that, no investigation. So the Supreme Court's going to hear that, and they're probably going to fucking push back against Trump, and he's going to lose. Considering they wouldn't hold the block, that's a good sign. Cook is the first black woman to serve as the federal governor of the Federal Reserve. She sued Trump in August after the president announced he would remove her. Cook has said the claims made by Trump against her did not give the president the legal authority to remove her and were a pretext to fire her for her monetary policy stance. That's exactly what happened. He's trying to weaponize the fucking government. Okay, another case that the Supreme Court is going to hear. The justices will hear arguments over Trump's firing of a Democratic member of the Federal Trade Commission in a major test of presidential power over government agencies designed by Congress to be independent. So far, thank you so much for the heart me. Isla, thank you for the heart me. I appreciate you so much. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Tap that screen, share the live. We got one more pumpkin patch up top. Let's get up to 200,000 likes. We've got about 300,000 people. Up 300,000. We got about 300 people in here right now. Not 300,000. That would be a lot of people. 300 people in the chat. Tap that screen. Let's get to 200,000 likes. I think that's what I was trying to say. And continue to engage with the live if you can. It helps us get pushed out the For You page. So that means little populars, little roses, little pumpkins for pumpkin season, little Octobers. Whatever you got, it helps us. Heart me's are amazing. Mass appeal, little populars help us on the popular page too. So keep that in mind. Okay, so the court already let Trump remove Rebecca Slaughter for now while the case plays out. So again, that was not a final ruling. It was a temporary ruling. Slaughter sued the administration after being dismissed from Consumer Protection and Antitrust. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Taz. Agency before her term expires in 2029. Thank you, Taz. The case gives the court a chance to overrule a landmark 90-year-old precedent upholding job protections put in place by Congress to give heads of certain federal agencies a degree of independence from presidential control. So we'll see what happens. U.S. District Judge Lauren Ali Khan in July issued an order blocking Trump's firing of Slaughter, rejecting the administration's argument that the tenure protections unlawfully encroach on presidential power. Arguments for that case are scheduled in December, though the precise date has not been set. So even like victories that we think the Supreme Court is giving him, they're temporary. There hasn't been final rulings in a lot of these cases, okay? Next, we have the tariffs. So the tariffs were blocked by lower court judges. Now the judge said, the lower court judge actually said the tariffs can remain in place, but I'm ruling them unconstitutional, and they can remain in place while they work their way through the courts. Okay? And this is going to set up a major test of executive power and his influence on economic and trade agenda. It took up the Justice Department's appeal of a lower court's ruling that Trump overstepped his authority in imposing most of his tariffs under a federal law meant for emergencies. The case implicates trillions of dollars in customs duties over the next decade. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit in Washington ruled that Trump overreached in invoking a 1977 law known as the International Emergency Economic Powers Act to impose tariffs. Those tariffs were challenged by various businesses in 12 U.S. states. Arguments are scheduled for November 5th, so about a month, okay? So again, these are judges and courts ruling against Trump, all right? And Trump having to go through an appeal process, not just doing what he wants to do. He's listening, he's appealing when he has to appeal. And then we've got the case of the birthright citizenship, which I discussed. He tried to set an executive order to end birthright citizenship. The administration actually asked the Supreme Court on September 26th to decide the legality to end birthright citizenship, which is going to be another major test of the Supreme Court. The Justice Department filed 2 appeals of lower court rulings that blocked an executive order signed in January. The order directed federal agencies to refuse to recognize the citizenship of U.S.-born children who do not have at least one parent who's an American citizen or lawful permanent resident, known as a green card holder. An earlier phase of the case, the Supreme Court on June 27th curbed the power of federal judges to impose nationwide injunctions against executive orders. I talked about this. But they allowed objections through class action lawsuits, which happened, and again prevented the birthright citizenship order from taking place. The ruling did not let Trump's birthright citizenship order go into effect and did not address the directive's legality. Now they will. Now, I don't know what that date is, but they will. Tammy Ross, thank you so much. Okay, and then, of course, we've got the immigration raids. Again, temporary victory. I don't know why the fucking court ruled this way. Temporary victory for Trump. Shouldn't be. But we know September 8th, the Supreme Court supported letting immigration officers, ICE agents, proceed with raids in Southern California, targeting people for deportation based on their race or language, which is fucking crazy, because how the fuck do you know somebody's race? By just looking at them. It's pretty I mean, you can make assumptions, but you never really fucking know, right? It granted the Justice Department a request to put on hold a judge's order temporarily barring agents from stopping or detaining people without reasonable suspicion if they are in the country illegally by relying on race or ethnicity, or if they speak Spanish or English with an accent. Like, think about how fucked up that they're allowing ICE agents to do that. Now you're relying on ICE agents to determine accents as well, among other factors. That's according to U.S. District Judge Mam Frimpong, who found on July 11th, great date, that the administration's actions likely violated the Constitution's Fourth Amendment protection against unreasonable searches and seizures. Anthony, thank you so much for the club victory. We need one more beautiful, Journey. Journey, go on a journey with us. Thank you, Journey. Win Journey in the chat on that beautiful Level Up ship. You can find Level Up ships in the exclusive tab. Okay, that's where those sit. Appreciate you, Journey. That was awesome. Win Journey in the chat, 25 dubs in the chat. We need one more pumpkin patch up top. Again, if you'd rather make a contribution, African Night, that's the Vimo and the C app is in the link tree in the bio. We try to do that daily between 2 shows. Not a huge goal, just for people that want to contribute outside of the little cool little animations that you see. which is cool. I love the animations too. Helps us with the live pro status. Helps us get pushed on the For You page. Tammy Ross, thank you so much. D-Town, thank you so much. Y'all are doing amazing. One more pumpkin patch up top, probably my favorite one. You've got a huge accent. I'm a citizen. Exactly, Patty. Like, how do you just look at somebody? Some people think that I'm Puerto Rican, even though that's American. That's an American territory. A lot of MAGAs think that Puerto Ricans need to get deported right now, even though they're citizens. I'm not Puerto Rican. Some people might assume that that someone is Arabic, Muslim. Okay, somebody might assume somebody is from Mexico. How the fuck do you actually know without actually knowing? You can't determine these things just by looking at somebody or listening to them speak. It's fucking ridiculous. Do I think Trump is going to invoke the Insurrection Act? No, because he doesn't have the grounds to invoke the Insurrection Act. If he could have, he would have. He's floated that idea around in Los Angeles. He can't, because that would actually force him to prove that we have an emergency. He hasn't been able to do that. He's mentioned that, and there's a reason he hasn't done that, because we're not being attacked. We're not having an invasion. We're not under a civil war. We're not under an international war. He's not going to be able to invoke the Insurrection Act. If he could, he would have. He fucking can't. I don't know where MAGAs think Puerto Ricans are getting deported to. I have no idea. Puerto Rico, their own American territory? I have no fucking idea. It doesn't make any sense. No, same thing on that either, Elizabeth. There's no power for a president to invoke martial law. It's legitimately not a constitutional power. It's never been invoked by an American president before. The last time it was done on a large scale was at the state level in Hawaii by governors and state leaders during Pearl Harbor, the early 1940s. Can't do that. No, he won't be the first because he doesn't have any power to. So he won't be the first. He won't be the first to cancel elections. He won't be the first to invoke martial law because it's not a power. Like I said, if he could do these things, he would just do them. He would have already done them. He can't. He would have already done these things. Why the fuck hasn't he? I was going most recently, not on a federal level. I would have to look that up, but not on a federal level. From what I understand, Harry. So, could be. I'll look more into that. But we're going, I mean, if you're talking about the Civil War, we're going way the fuck back now. Yeah. So he floated the idea. This is why I say that for people don't give this guy more power than he has. He floated the idea of canceling the elections during his first administration, when we actually had a real emergency. It was called the C-19 pandemic. And he couldn't do it then because he doesn't have any power to. No one has the power to cancel elections or to unilaterally invoke martial law. That's done at the state level. It's done at the local level. It's called a Merkin. It's like Trump's pubic hair. He sells these. It's a MAGA Merkin. Go to Get Trump Coins today. You can get yours today. It's all computer. We're going to throw in 2 bottles of piss cologne. You might call it fight. We call it piss here. And 2 shit tarps. You can get it all for the price of $86.47. It's all computer, Ruben. It's all computer. You can get yours today. It's all computer. It's all computer. Get yours today. He and I don't know, Tay. I don't pay attention to him and the South African Nick Cannon. Now, I don't know if you can get it today. I don't know if you can get it on your MAGAphone. Did you get your MAGAphone? Does it have Wi-Fi? I'm not sure if you can get it on a MAGAphone, but you can get it on. It's all computer. You can go on your computer. It's all computer. It's all computer. So another court in the case, obviously, the administration asked the court September 19th to interview for the second time to allow an end to deportation protections for Venezuelans. And the Supreme Court actually sided with the administration to lift temporary restraining order before. Secondly, yeah, the martial law thing too. I've talked about this a million times. Martial law would not benefit the Trump administration. That gives complete control to the military. They wouldn't have to answer to the federal government or Trump, okay? You would replace courts with military tribunals. So until you hear something like the courts being abolished in favor of military tribunals, then I'd say shit, like martial law is happening, but it's not going to happen. There's no legal power for Trump to do that. He'd have to meet the demands of the Posse Comitatus Act. He's already failed in that. I just made a video about it. Judge Breyer in California a month ago said he violated the Posse Comitatus Act, so there's no way for him to even get to the Insurrection Act because he doesn't even actually have a real reason to be deploying these military troops. We're not in a war. We're not under invasion. We don't have a civil war. That's why all of these judges are fucking stopping him, suing him. That's why states are suing him. That's why he's getting blocked because there's really no justification. Protests and demonstrations are not illegal. Helen, thank you so much for the pumpkin patch. Win Helen in the chat. Protests and demonstrations are not illegal. Even if those protesters are saying mean things to ICE fucking agents, that's not illegal. Or saying mean things about Trump, again, protected. Yeah, protected. So we need to fucking keep that. We need to keep talking about that, you know? I did hear that, Jessica. Yeah, he's a complete buffoon. We know that. Thank you so much, Helen. Drop 50 dubs in the chat for Helen. Drop that Helen sticker. She's fucking amazing. What do y'all want to do next? Let's do... We need some other things in the gallery. We need an interstellar, but let's do something smaller right now. Let's keep this thing going. Let's keep it going, folks. I haven't seen this one yet, so like we might as well do it. Let's do 100 pumpkin pies. It's a 5-coiner. Let's do 100 pumpkin pies up there. I didn't see that, Finn, so I'm not sure what you're referring to. Hold on, I got a puzzle piece. Give me 1 second. Deb, thank you so much for the pumpkin pie. We got 100 pumpkin pies. I love pumpkin pie. I'm currently destroying a Costco pumpkin pie by myself again. Knock those pumpkin pies down, folks. Let's get 100 of them. Thank you, Damaris. Thank you, Deb. Thank you so much. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Petals. Look at all the pumpkin pies. Y'all were quicker than me with the late great Stormy Daniels right there. You were quicker with me in hitting those pumpkin pie. That was perhaps some of the quickest pumpkin pie I've ever seen in my life. That was quicker than, when you're talking about being quicker than the late great Stormy Daniels, that was so quick. I don't even know. Yeah, you were too quick. You were absolutely too quick with that. Thank you so much, folks. That was cool. I don't know what to do next. All right, folks, you want to do some trick or treats? All right, we got 11 trick-or-treats up there. Let's do some trick-or-treats. It's almost Halloween time. I think those cankles are going to be bursting any time now. Bart Fuller, thank you so much. So for now, the Supreme Court has allowed him to temporarily suspend the Venezuela protections while it makes its way down the court. Thank you, Isla. Thank you, Captain. I don't know why people are challenging me to a battle during the middle of the day. I do not battle during my day shows. I save that for night. Patty, thank you so much. Jessica Ford, thank you so much. CJ Love, thank you so much. Y'all are all fucking incredible. Thank you so much. Can we do some magic tricks? Yeah, if you can come on camera and do some magic tricks, sure. Patty, like not now, but maybe later. Mari, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, everybody. Maggie, drop the Maggie sticker, drop the Helen sticker, drop the Patty sticker. Y'all are fucking crushing it in here. I greatly appreciate it. Love this family. Captain on the trick or treat. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so what else is he doing? This is crazy right now. Yeah, he's always trying to revoke legal status for people. Thank you, Tiff, on the trick or treat. So we've got third country deportations. We've got that coming up in the Supreme Court. South Sudan deportations, wrongly deported Salvadoran man. We've got passports. This is crazy. Do you remember this? The administration on September 19th asked the Supreme Court to allow it to block the issuance of passports of trans members of society and non-binary Americans. The Justice Department asked the justices to lift a U.S. District Court Judge Julia Kobik's order that bars the State Department from enforcing Trump's policy. Is that not fucking crazy? The dispute is one of several over Trump's executive order directing the government to recognize only two biologically distinct schmexes. I think they mean man and woman, not male and female. Male and female are genders. Kobik ruled that passport policy was arbitrary and rooted in an irrational prejudice towards trans Americans that violated their equal protection rights under the Constitution's Fifth Amendment. Like, what world do we live in that this is a focus of a presidential administration? Do you know how fucking crazy that is? You know how fucking nuts that is? What up, Maggie? I don't know, Tina. I think you're talking about ICE agents, Tina. I think that's what you're referring to, not necessarily military troops or members of the National Guard. It's ICE agents. Not actual troops, ICE agents that are the problem right now. Captain, thank you so much. Taz, thank you so much. One more trick or treat up top. Live pro status is here. Midas Touch is reporting he's speaking to the DOJ about. Oh yeah, that's on the story. That's on the story today too. That's crazy. So I'm glad you brought that up, because speaking of courts, this is fucking crazy today too. How is this like the world we live in right now? This is fucking wild. This is fucking crazy. Everybody probably heard about this, right? Maybe it's Ghislaine. Everybody knows who Ghislaine is, right? The Supreme Court rejects an appeal from Ghislaine Maxwell, the one-time employee and friend of Jeffrey Schmeppes, not just an employee and friend, I'm pretty sure they were together at one point too, argued that a secret agreement between prosecutors and a multimillionaire financier invalidated, thank you Maggie, her conviction. Wrong. We've already been through this. Courts disagreed with your interpretation of that plea agreement for Jeffrey Schmeppes, okay? The Supreme Court on Monday declined to hear an appeal of the criminal conviction of Ghislaine Maxwell. Maybe it's Ghislaine. The court's action ends Miss Maxwell's attempt to overturn her conviction, meaning her only chance of an early release from prison is likely clemency from Quad D, whom she used to socialize with in Florida in the New York party scenes. Congratulations, Jessica. She just ranked up. Thank you so much, Jessica. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Now he's thinking of, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Judges get, well, we don't know that yet, Ms. Wonder. It's still under investigation. The timing is interesting, but until we actually have facts, I don't spread ideas like that until I have facts. Now, but yeah, I don't know if he's considering, but he's probably been considering the whole time, right? It's not just a now thing, right? All right, folks, we got one NASA to get. Let's try to knock down 15 of these goals on the first day. We might as well. 14 goals are knocked down in the gallery. Let's see if we can get an interstellar in here, if I can find it. We'll be back on tonight, having fun. Thank you, everybody, on that last one. Amazing. Y'all are doing so amazing in here. I greatly appreciate you. Going to get us on the For You page. Popular Live right now on a Monday. We do this every day, Monday through Friday. We come on at about 1 Arizona time. We talk about all of the political current events. We fucking roast MAGAs when we need to, although they've been running for their lives. They've been running for their single wives lately.
I didn't really expect my single whites just to be washing away and for FEMA not to help. I didn't think I'd have to endure so much starvation, although I love starvation. We love not eating. We love it.
So, Miss Maxwell is currently serving a 20-year prison sentence after being convicted in 2021 on federal charges relating to facilitating crimes of Mr. Schmeppes. Not just facilitating. Let's not fucking write about that way. She was also participating. He unalived in 2019 and was ruled a unaliving of himself. Federal prosecutors have opposed her release. The justices considered her appeal at their so-called long conference. Thank you, Captain, for the October. A meeting before the start of the new court term where they discuss which new cases they might add to their docket. Listen to how fucking crazy that is. The Supreme Court justices, 6-3 conservatives that are supposed to be family people, actually considered her appeal. Calypso, thank you so much. Thank you for the pumpkin. I would not have considered a fucking appeal of a convicted S-trafficker and S-ayer. That's fucking wild behavior to even consider her appeal, in which over 20 fucking survivors testified at her trial or had testimony given at her trial. Although the crimes involved took place, and this is why we're talking about those files again. Years ago, Mr. Schmeppes unalived in jail. The cases continue to fascinate the public and plague Quad D. Their nearly 15-year friendship has come under renewed scrutiny in past months after the Trump administration declined to release the complete FBI Schmepstein files. And they're also Ghislaine files too, because she's all in them too. She filed a petition to the Supreme Court in April asking the justices to overturn her conviction. She argued that her criminal prosecution was barred by now infamous deal between Schmeppes and prosecutors in Florida. Wrong. It gave him protections, not you. Not you. In the brief, Ms. Maxwell explained that her negotiations after federal prosecutors, Mr. Schmeppe pleaded guilty to state criminal charges in Florida. As part of the agreement, federal prosecutors not to bring criminal charges against him related to trafficking investigation. They also agreed not to charge his co-conspirators. Ms. Maxwell argued the charges against her in 2020 violated that agreement. The government has argued that the agreement was not violated since it was brokered by prosecutors in Florida. Ms. Maxwell was charged in New York, not for the Florida crimes. Doesn't apply. You weren't charged in Florida. So you can't be a co-conspirator to something you weren't charged for in Florida. How you think that is an out is beyond me. You were charged in New York. There was no New York agreement. And you weren't fucking involved. Maybe it's Ghislaine. In her court filings, Miss Maxwell argued that a person accused of a crime should be able to rely on a promise that the U.S. will not prosecute again without being subject to a gotcha in another part of the country where prosecutors choose to interpret the plain language promise in some other way. Again, that agreement was for Florida, not for New York. It doesn't apply to New York. Nice try. She argued that the government by prosecutors not to prosecute Mr. Schmeppy's co-conspirators contained no geographic limitation. Wrong. Wrong. He got off from his Florida crimes. Okay, so you are wrong. Not his New York ones. Oh yeah, we're going to see him. In her brief to the court, she said the default rule should be a promise made on behalf of the U.S. binds the entire United States unless it says so affirmatively. Tough shit. Wrong. Wrong. In July of 2019, Maggie, thank you so much for the You're Amazing, Schmeppes was arrested on federal trafficking charges brought by New York. So Schmeppes himself wasn't even protected with that agreement against charges in New York. Why the fuck would Ghislaine be protected by it? Doesn't make any sense. Who argued that he was not bound to the non-prosecution agreement in Miami. That's the whole reason he was fucking charged and going to trial. Thank you for the Amazing Bear. Alice, thank you so much too. Win Maggie for the Tom's Hug. Win for the Amazing Bear. I don't know who dropped it. Maggie, thank you for the Amazing Bear. Yeah, good try though, Ghislaine. Not gonna work. Maybe it's Ghislaine. The following summer, prosecutors charged Miss Ghislaine, accusing her of helping to recruit the girls whom Mr. Schmeppes essayed and participating in the essay herself. So she didn't just facilitate, she participated. We need to continue to hammer that home, because if Quad D for some reason decides to pardon her, we need to remember she was an essayer herself. She did not just facilitate like Dershowitz wants you to believe. No, she participated. Almost 24 fucking survivors in her trial gave testimony. A couple used their real name, I believe 1 or 2, which was never done before. She's not a victim. She didn't just facilitate. She participated. Okay? Matter of fact, what was the one that passed away? Virginia Gouffre said she was actually more awful in their experiences with her than Jeffrey Schmeppes. Let that sink in. That's according to her family. R.I.P. Virginia Gouffre, mysteriously unalived during this Trump administration. Unalived herself, supposedly. Bree, thank you so much for sharing the live. 1 Interstellar up top, by the way. 1 NASA. If anybody wants to knock it down, it will help us get the 15th gift down in the gallery on day 1. Day 1, we lit up the entire fucking gallery last week on Monday, but 15 is fuck. 14 is amazing. 15. She's no victim, Rosie. She is a fucking convicted S trafficker and S abuser. Yeah, I agree that 20 plus years wasn't even enough for her, Kevin. I agree. What's up, Violet? A jury in New York convicted her in June of 2022. A federal judge sentenced her to over 20 years in prison, saying that she played a central role in SA scheme. Win Helen in the chat. Fuck, we love our Helen. Win Helen in the chat on the fucking Interstellar. 100 dubs in the chat for that. Nassau. Win Helen in the chat. We love Helen. We love Nova Scotia, and we love lobster, and we love our Helen. We love our Canadian sister to the north. Thank you, Helen, so much. I appreciate that. 100 W's in the chat for Helen. That's amazing. This is the best family on TikTok. I swear. This is a political family, not a community. It's a family. Win Helen. I appreciate you so much, Helen. Drop that fucking Helen sticker in the chat 50 times. Drop 100 dubs. Thank you so much, Helen. I so appreciate you. I'm so grateful. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So, lawyers for the Trump administration urged the justices not to hear Ms. Maxwell's appeal, claiming that the non-prosecution agreement did not extend to all federal prosecutors throughout the country. In a response to her petition, Solicitor General John Sawyer called her claims that the agreement shielded her from prosecution incorrect, and argued that she had failed to show that it would succeed in any court of appeals. Correct. Just days after Mr. Sawyer asked the justices to reject her appeal, top Justice Department reached out to Miss Maxwell's lawyers to ask if they could interview her. Yeah, remember? Remember the deputy AG? We remember. His former personal attorney went to interview her shortly after. They knew the justices were going to reject her appeal. Weird timing, huh? The request was part of the administration's frantic efforts to limit the damage from an announcement by Pam such and such, Pam Bondi, that she would not release additional internal documents to the Justice Department. All it did is make it look like more of a cover-up, and her claims were more fucking suspicious and looked like she was trying to get a deal. About a week after she spoke with the Justice Department, Todd Blanche, she was moved to the least restrictive minimum security prison camp in Texas, being released from a federal prison in Florida. So we know what it is. Yeah. Anthony, thank you so much for the marvelous confetti. Y'all are awesome in here. I appreciate that. We love our Helen. We love everybody in here. We're knocking out everything. We're knocking out everything in here. Y'all are superstars. So because you're superstars, we're going to go with the golden superstars because that's what the fuck y'all are. 5 golden stars up top, folks. That's what we're doing again. If you want to make a contribution, VMOC app right above my head. We haven't got one in yet, but we will. I know we will. And I will read any comments. We just do a little 100 goal every day to mix it up, let people get involved in different ways too and contribute to the show however you want. That is how this show survives, through your little animations and donations, so I appreciate it both. Win Helen in the chat. Thank you so much, Cindy, on the pumpkin. I appreciate that. 5 golden stars up top. So that's what's going on right now with Ghislaine Maxwell. Thank you, Supreme Court. It's another win, I guess. We shouldn't actually have to hear appeals from a convicted S-trafficker and SAer that had over fucking almost 24 survivors speak out against her at a trial. I don't know why this is even going to an appeal to the Supreme Court. She was convicted by a jury with tons of fucking evidence. Do you actually think Trump is do you think Trump would really consider I already know he's quad D and he's not very bright. Do you actually, thank you so much, Cindy. The black eye for the black guy. Thank you. We love the black eyes. We love black guys. We're going to watch some black guys tonight. We've got an NFL football game tonight. We're going to see a lot of the blacks on the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're also going to see them on the Kansas City Chiefs. There's a light-skinned black. He kind of looks like he is a Milano cookie on the Chiefs. His name is Patrick Mahomeboy, I believe is his name, and he's a light-skinned, and we'll watch him and Travis Kelce. It's really too bad about his fiance. I once liked her. I don't like her too much now, but we're going to watch a lot of the blacks tonight, a lot of blacks in the NFL. We love the high asses, the tight football pantses, the tight football pants. We love them. We love the blacks. Gaines, thank you so much for the love up, Sparks. We love the thick quads. We love the high calves. No, they have no venous insufficiency. They have no Dukes Mayo-filled cankles in the NFL. None. Those are not cankles. No cankles. So sad. Thank you, Maggie. I appreciate that. We got 5 golden stars up top. Y'all are doing amazing. Great Monday afternoon show. I appreciate you being in here. Coach Shauna came in. Can everybody say hi to my beautiful wife? She came in all the way from vacation. She'll be with me soon. She'll be back home very, very shortly. But everybody, tell Coach hello. She came in here. Trisha, thank you so much. Thank you for the education, humor, and community. Thank you so much for kicking us off, Trish. Win Trish in the chat. Can we go over some more of Project 2025 later? Yeah, we totally can do that. Yeah, I'll pick a day this week and we can do that, Trish. W's Trish in the chat for kicking us off. Great message. I appreciate your kindness. The first donation of the day, 75 left on the goal. Y'all are fucking awesome. Thank you so much, Trish. Win Trish in the chat. 25 doves for Trish. Yeah, Trish, let's pick a day. Maybe like Wednesday. We can go over Project 2025 again. Got my PDF copy of it. We can go straight. Let's go straight to Russell Vought's chapter, in which he's trying to do what he fucking wrote about in Project 2025 right in front of our face during a government shutdown. Crazy. We love our coach, don't we? We love Coach Shauna in the chat. We do miss her. We love it. We love her so much. She's so kind. All right, folks, who wants to kick us off on the Golden Stars so we can keep this momentum going? 5 golden stars. Y'all are all my golden stars. I appreciate that. Everybody getting those heartbeats in, too. Thank you so much. 710 heartbeats. That's really, 709. That's really good. So keep that up. Thank you so much, Isla. Win Isla in the chat. 25 doves for Isla. I hope I'm saying your name right, Isla. I fuck names up. 25 doves to Isla for the Golden Stars and kicking us off. Thank you, John, for saying hi to my beautiful wife. John, I'm glad that you're feeling better, too. Oh, man. Ziamara, thank you so much. So that's what's going on with Quad D and Ghislaine, potentially. Zach, thank you so much for the good afternoon. Win Zach in the chat. I'm trying to see if this is correct, if there's anything trending on this. I don't know. Like 13 minutes ago, they're reporting it. Tej, thank you so much. Win, Tej, I appreciate that. Yeah, I checked into that. I'm not gonna. I just got like a warning for putting videos up, but I'm gonna look at it. And I will talk about the helicopter thing. I knew about the children, the underage humans. Let's call them that were being restrained, sometimes without having shirts on or clothes on. Let's talk about that. Loving critters. Win Loving Critters in the chat. 25 dub for Loving Critters. Y'all are doing great in here. I love this little package. And I'm not talking about my little package, the baby portobello mushroom. That was what Stormy said I had, a very tiny package. Cindy, we like erect, not limped. Not limp. Cindy, thank you so much. Tej, thank you so much. Y'all are fucking awesome. I appreciate that. 25 fucking dubs for Cindy in the chat, for Tej in the chat. Penelope, thank you for the Go Populars. Thank you for the Heart Me. We like the NFL blacks. We love the construction workers. We love Arnold Palmer. When he took showers, he was all man, no venous insufficiency, very fucking erect, no limpness, no limp. Did you hear this dude at the Navy speech today, or not today, this weekend? Call himself a physical specimen. This dude actually called himself a physical specimen. Does he not realize we can see him? The dude said he was a physical specimen. Does he not realize he's actually visible? Like we can actually see him. He was talking about how he was like the doctors, when he did his the presidential exam, that the doctors said he was in better shape than any other president. I swear, do I have to actually play how stupid this is? I actually have to play this. I hate hearing him, but I actually have to. Like, you won't believe the shit that he says. Let me put this up on the screen. This is wild work. This is wild work. Does he not know that we can see him? Like, does he think that you can't see the guy? This is crazy. Look at this. Okay, I'll play it for you right now. Hold on. This is fucking crazy. He's introducing like the White House doctor that obviously lies about his conditions. And he actually said this. I'm not going to play it on the I won't put it on the screen. I'll just let you listen to how fucking ridiculous this is.
A man that everybody loves. He was my doctor in the White House, and I got to know him very well. He was also the doctor for Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? And he was a doctor for a man named Bush. And at a press conference, they asked him, who's in the best shape? Who's the healthiest? Who's the strongest? Who's the best physical specimen of the three? He said, that's easy. President Donald Trump. And I said, I love this guy.
This guy just said he was in better shape than my uncle and Bush. Does he not know we can see him? Harley, thank you so much for the golden stars. Does he not think that people can see him? You've got the most mayo in your system flowing through your body. Helen, can you believe the shit that we're experiencing right now in this country? A man that lives on fast food and
Raisin Canes.
he said, this doctor, you might have heard of a guy named Barack Hussein Obama, who's about 6'2", about 200 pounds of lean, mean, hooping machine, very good looking, and I'm even in better shape than him. I'm about 420 pounds of pure Duke's mayo and Raisin Canes, but I'm in the best shape. Who's the best physical specimen? Like, that really happened this weekend. One more time.
Everybody loves. He was my doctor in the White House, and I got to know him very well. He was also the doctor for Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him?
Yes, he's like the best modern day president.
And he was a doctor for a man named Bush.
Also
and
better than
at a press conference, they asked him, who's in the best shape? Who's the healthiest? Who's the strongest? Who's the best physical specimen of the three? He said, that's easy. President Donald Trump. And I said, I love this guy.
Yeah, that never happened. Like, y'all, MAGAs, you just love, like, why do you even need to lie like this? That absolutely never happened. You aren't in better shape, you're not healthier, and you are not a physical specimen of any of those guys you listed. Even Bush. You were in third place in that group. Like a distant third place. Do you know what a narcissist and egomaniac you have to be to fucking push that lie? Thank you, Harley. 25 dubs in the chat for Harley on that last Golden Stars, too. Y'all are fucking awesome. I appreciate that. Right? I mean, it was a Trump rally. That's essentially what he tried to make this. Yeah. Of those three, he was in like 6th place. Of Obama, Bush, and Trump, he was in 6th place, not even 3rd. MAGAs, why do you love being lied to? Like, why is this appealing to you? Does he think we can't see him? Do we think that he doesn't live off fast food? We know he does. This guy can't even fucking bend over to pick up his own golf ball. You realize he has somebody picking up his golf balls when they golf now? He doesn't even bend over to get his own golf ball. Even Biden looked better? I know. I'm just talking about with Bush and Obama because he said it was the same doctor. Did Sean Puffy Combs ask? I wouldn't be surprised. MAGAs are all, probably. And don't you think like a lot of misogyny too? Misogynistic as well. It's like a combination. He might split his pants. Isn't a doctor discussing someone's health? You would think, but again, Tiffany, we know that this administration is not too worried about a little thing called laws. We know that this administration isn't worried about a thing called laws or the Constitution. Y'all were awesome on that gift. Should we go ahead and roll with y'all want to do another pumpkin? All right, folks, we're doing 150 pumpkin pies right now. Everybody can do that. We got 260 people in here. Let's knock down 150 pumpkin pies. We did 100 pumpkin pies in about 2 minutes before, so let's do 150. 150 pumpkin pies. Thank you so much, Taz. Thank you so much, LP Camp. Look at everybody go. Taz just dropped 20 of them things herself. Danielle, thank you. Bree, thank you. Isla, thank you. Rob, thank you on the $1 V-Mode, too. We're down to 74. Thank you on the pumpkin pies. We're already halfway there. Kim, D-Town, y'all are fucking crushing. Y'all are so quicker than me with Stormy. That was too fast. That was too quick. You're supposed to make it last forever like Keith Sweat, and you made it last for about 1 minute. You're supposed to make it last forever, not 1 minute. Don't be a Missy Elliott minute, man. That was too quick. Thank you for the handheld heart coffee. D-Town, thank you. Wind Kingdom, Stormy, I almost called you Stormy Daniels. Stormy Whispers, thank you so much. Stormy Whispers, I'm sorry I almost called you fucking Stormy Daniels, too. I'm so used to talking about Stormy Daniels that I almost called Stormy Whispers Stormy Daniels. Sorry, Stormy. I didn't mean that. Sorry, Whispers. So I'm just going to call you Whispers. Almost fucked myself up there. I don't think you want to be called the late, great Stormy Daniels. So we'll go with Whispers. Let's just go with Whispers. Let's go. I love Careless Whispers. George Michaels. Love George Michaels. You know when you're black, you put an S on everybody's last name. Stormy Daniels. That has an S anyway. George Michaels. We love George Michaels. Bad Bunnies. We love Bad Bunnies. We love Taylor Swifts. We love it. We always put S's on everybody's names. That's kind of what we do. It's just what we do. Kendrick Lamar's. We love them all. We love them all, Sally. It's kind of what we do. Kind of what we do, Parody. You know how it happens. Everybody has an S. Kroger's, yes. Aldi's, yes, Aldi's. What you do. I don't speak MAGA. I know that. What you do? I don't know what the fuck you're even asking me. What does what you do mean? What does that mean? I know I have a smartphone. Do you? I know I have a profile picture. Do you? Appreciate you, everybody. Tap that screen. Walmart's. Yep, Walmart's. Store, Trader Joe's. Yep, Jules. Yep, Osco's. What about Osco's? Dominic's. Although I think Dominic's actually has an S at the end of it. Superfan Debs. Why am I fucking calling y'all superfans? I fucking hate this. I like the old shit better. And we had more stickers. All right, folks. What do y'all want to do next? Should we go back to... Man, the pumpkin patch is great. Let's go with Octobers. I like the Octobers with the little pumpkins. I'm really loving the pumpkin patches. Summer, thank you so much. We only got 3 more gifts in the gallery. We lit up 15 on a Teslas. We love Teslas. It's all computers. It's all computers. Thank you, Trish Dishes on the Octobers. Y'all are awesome. Oh, what the fuck what did you say, Rob, on your comment? Let me check out your comment. So that was Trump lying about what great shape he's in. What the fuck? Are you fucking serious? Rob said, I want those doc medications. Oh, the ones that which he thinks that Trump's in good shape? Yeah, he must have some good shit to actually say that, right? Honest question: Does Quad D see? Do you think he thinks we can't see him? Trish Dishes, thank you for the level up sparks. I always tell Shauna, I'm like, do you actually think that he sees himself as looking good? Like, how is that possible? Where he looks at himself as like, damn, I'm fine. I just don't believe that he actually believes that. I think that that's impossible. That's impossible for me to believe. Thank you, Trish. I appreciate that on the level up. He probably doesn't care. No mirror in the White House, right? Just narcissists that don't care what y'all think. Really? You think so, Coffee? That's what Shauna tells me, too. She's like, narcissists think they look good. They think everything about them is fantastic. It's not scientifically possible. John, I don't know what the fuck mirrors he's looking at if he's got one. Melania probably hasn't been in the bed with him since Barron was conceived. So and that's even a stretch. So I'm like, how the fuck does he think he looks good? The orange makeup proves he believes that he thinks he looks great. Crazy. That's the narcissist talking, I believe. Thank you, Whispers. I'm just gonna call you Whispers because I'm gonna be calling you fucking Stormy Daniels. Do they think they think they are the pudding to the gotcha? Maybe trick mirrors. I'm reaching. Maybe I saw a video of Melania and Trump arguing on the plane. Yeah, she's probably like, get me the fuck off this plane. Obstinate, thank you for the he doesn't even blend. I thought you were going to say he doesn't bend. He doesn't blend or bend. Thank you, Obstinate, for the October. I appreciate that. Y'all are fucking amazing in here. Thank you for being in here. Tap and clap, everybody. Share and care in here. 7 Octobers. We're doing great. I don't give a fuck. Thank you so much for the Octobers. We'll probably go with the harvest trees next. Tiff D, thank you so much. Leah, thank you so much for the Go Popular. Tiff D on the October. Also, if you are gifting too, check out the exclusive tab. I don't know what's in there. They might have some cool shit for the Halloween, for the fall season. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. Elizabeth, thank you for the shares. Almost at 500 shares too. So we need 31 shares. If anybody wants to share the live out, we're going to be on for about 45 more minutes. So get those shares up too. Okay, get those shares up to 500. We're at 470 right now, 469. Perfect, Michael. Perfect, Obstinus. We get to 500. That's amazing. Thank you, Debs. Thank you, Leah. We do this every day. We're going to come back tonight. We're going to cook. We're going to watch the Chiefs. How about them Chiefs? But right now, it's a court battle over the National Guard deployment. I think this is all a fucking distraction. Our 7th Congressional Arizona House Rep, she's supposed to get sworn in. She was supposed to get sworn in earlier. She was supposed to get sworn in tomorrow. Doesn't look like it's happening. I'm hoping for the 14th. They've got to swear her in so she can get that 218th signature. Thank you, everybody. Poshwin, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Poshwin. I appreciate you, Posh. Poshwin on the Panther Paws. I appreciate it. We're gonna set up some harvest trees. I'm just feeling very festive. Or should we do the Little Prince? I'm going to do the Little Princes. I like the Panda Bear. We like the Little Prince Bear. 5 of those up top. How about them Chiefs? We'll see. Did y'all see how the Arizona Cardinals lost yesterday? Oh, my gracious. I loved it. It was fucking embarrassing. Guy drops a fucking touchdown going in at the goal line like some high school shit. Fucking Kyler Murray gets a snap off of his helmet, off his face mask. What a travesty. Nickel, thank you so much. Who just dropped that Prince Bear? Linda L, thank you so much. Trish Dishes, thank you so much. Sheila, thank you so much for the Go Popular. Y'all are doing amazing in here. I appreciate it. Sheila, thank you. We need only 3 more of those right now. So we got a lot of shit going on right now. Oh, by the way, there was another fucking big deal, too, that went on today. There was a fucking huge business deal, okay, between OpenAI. If you don't know who OpenAI is, it's artificial intelligence, it's ChatGPT. AMD announced a massive computing deal, making a new phase of the AI boom. It's a 5-year agreement which will challenge NVIDIA's market dominance and gives OpenAI 10% of AMD. Again, these are chip manufacturers. If it hits its milestone for chip deployment, okay? So they created a fucking deal, announced a multi-billion-dollar partnership to collaborate on AI data centers that will run on AMD processors, one of the most direct challenges to NVIDIA's dominance so far. Under the terms of the deal, OpenAI committed to purchasing 6 gigawatts worth of AMD's chips, starting with MI450 chip next year. They are the company that owns ChatGPT, so now they're going to be involved in storing our data too. That's something I'm going to get to as well, that I kind of touched upon over the weekend, but I wanted to talk about it again because people were asking about ICE now obtaining our information for so-called operations targeting undocumented migrants, which I don't believe it. Yes, judge's house exploded, Bluebird, and was on fire, but they don't know the cause yet, so there's still an investigation. There's a lot of assumptions and stories being made, but still no fire chief has released any information on an investigation. The ChatGPT maker will buy the chips either directly or through its cloud computing partners. AMD chief Lisa Su said in an interview Sunday the deal would result in tens of billions of dollars in new revenue for the chip company over the next half decade. And these AI fucking data centers, I'm worried about all these data centers, by the way, storing and using all of our fucking information for whatever it is, for marketing, for selling us shit, for seeing what we're doing, seeing, who knows what aspects of our life they're going to be fucking storing and looking into, right? So that's one of my concerns. The two companies did not disclose the plan's expected overall cost, but AMD said it will cost tens of billions of dollars. Also, do you know how much energy these AI data centers fucking operate on or require to operate efficiently? You know what they're going to do to the communities that these AI centers are being fucking placed in? There's some being placed out here in Arizona, by the way. So there's going to be some negative impacts, and it's not going to be on people with the billions of dollars. I can tell you that right now. OpenAI will receive warrants for up to 160 million AMD shares, roughly 10% of the chip company, at 1 cent per share, awarded in phases if OpenAI hits certain milestones for deployment. Right? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, John. Like while this seems all great for these fucking companies, it's not great for the environment and our communities, just so you know. And the poorer you are, the more likely these fucking data centers are going to be in your neighborhood. That's how it works. It's called environmental racism. They do it intentionally, too. These companies, these corporations, they do it fucking intentionally. It's intentional, folks. They don't put these fucking AI centers in the higher priced communities and cities. It's intentional. Make the poor people poor. Exploit the poor. That's how it works. Shares of AMD went up 24% today. Big fucking surprise. Big surprise. Environmental racism. There's like, you can look this up, and like if you're in any like urban planning or urban development courses or read any books, environmental racism. It's a thing. Do I? Yeah, I do sometimes. I did visit Costco with this hair. Yeah, I absolutely did. I didn't get many reactions, which is kind of crazy. But you can get your MAGA Merkin today. It's all computer. You can see right here, too, I'm losing more of the pubes. It continues to shed. It's like Big Pun. Little brown hairs everywhere. You nasty twin. I don't care. It's like Big Pun. I'm losing the pubes. You see, they're starting to shed. The pubes, they shed profusely. They've been falling out lately, just like Quad Ds. So, yes, sometimes I do. Yeah. Oh, the data centers. Yeah, AI data centers. They're being built in like marginalized communities, and they require tons of fucking energy and resources and water. I didn't get too many reactions. Yeah, so that's what the data centers, they're being built all over the fucking country for like deals like this. I didn't, Helen, surprisingly. It was like a light day at Costco that day. It was weird. So I should spend a day talking about that, actually. You want to do that? Big Pun. We played that Big Pun on Friday, Queen. So we have like, I do a little singing. We do a little karaoke. I have people asking when the music deal's coming out with me and Coach Sean and I. So we had some fun. We were singing 70s, 80s, 90s hits. Danielle, thank you so much. Denise, thank you so much. But the Merkin is shedding. It's okay. It's okay. The deal is AMD's biggest win in its quest to disrupt NVIDIA's dominance among AI semiconductor companies. Their processors are widely used for gaming, in personal computers, and traditional data center servers. It hasn't made much of a dent in the fast-growing market for pricier supercomputing chips needed by advanced AI systems, okay? Oh, we're going to be doing it like every weekend, Helen. So if sometimes you don't have plans on a Friday or Saturday night, pop in. We decided it went so well, we'll do it again. I busted out the case logic, the old CD cases, and we just went through songs. It was fun. Because we need to detach from this shit sometimes, right? So we'll do that. But I will spend a day talking about these AI data centers and the damage that they do to communities. I think that's a good topic to talk about, don't you? But this happened today. Yeah, John, come back tonight, man. We'll have fun. We'll watch. How about them Chiefs? We'll watch the Chiefs, okay? 3 more Prince Bears up top, folks. Y'all are doing amazing. 74 left on the goal, too, if anybody wants to contribute that way. I appreciate it. Let's knock out all of these fucking goals. Yeah, we'll do that this week. We'll go over some more Project 2025, which Trump, all of a sudden, he knows who Russell Vogt is. It's crazy. He didn't know who Russell Vogt was before. And now he's talking about the famous CJ Love. Thank you so much for the Prince. The esteemed Project 2025, which I didn't hear of during the election, but now I know all about it. Taz, thank you for the Octobers. Y'all are fucking amazing, folks. I like October. This is one of my favorite parts of the year. It really is. I fucking love it. I love it, folks. I love it. Smash and tap and share. I was looking to see if Johnny P is on right now. I don't think he is. He was trying to get us to do a morning battle, but I was like, my family's not, we're not on at 9:30 in the morning Arizona time. We're not on then. We can do it in the afternoon if you want, but I don't think he's on right now. So he wanted to go at 9:30, but I don't get on. I didn't want to get on for the battle, get off, and then come back on. So my favorite month was my favorite holiday, Halloween. I just love the fall. Weather starts cooling down. You got all the sports starting. You got pumpkin pie. It's plentiful at Costco. I fucking love it. I love it. Veronica, thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate you. Yeah, thank you so much for putting the cowboy hat on the Merkin today. I appreciate that. We're losing some of the pubes, as you see. It's starting to fall out. All this stressful ass administration. I'm losing some of my pubes. Denise, thank you so much for the share. Denise, appreciate you. 2 more pandas. Sludge, thank you so much for the cowboy hat. Ohio going to be in the 30s this week. So that is crazy. It's going to be in the 90s here. It's going to be in the 90s here. Denise, thank you so much for the Prince. Win Denise in the chat. I appreciate you, Denise. Right now, we are the popular show number 99. Let's keep it going. Coffee, thank you so much for the Prince Bear. What we're going to do is we're going to stay with these Halloween-themed little animations. So let's go back to the October one. Let's do like 21 Octobers. I like the number 21 too. Let's do 21 Octobers, folks. October's up there. Let's knock them down. It is October. Still waiting. Oh, that's what I wanted to see too. That's what I wanted to see. So October is up top. It's a cool one. Thank you, Denise. Let's see real quick. Thank you, Denise, again. Thank you, Denise. Denise is crushing these. Thank you, Denise. Dubs Denise in the chat. 25 dubs for Denise. She's going crazy on the Octobers. Who wants to join her? She's rocking these. So right now she is not. The house is as of 6 hours ago. The New York Times. Adelita Grijalva is still being delayed by the House in terms of being sworn in. House leaders' decision to keep lawmakers away from Washington during the government shutdown. So again, they're like that. She was going to get sworn in today or tomorrow, but because of the government shutdown, basically, however long it's going to take, and they're out of the fucking Capitol, she's not going to get sworn in. And don't think this isn't intentional, too. They love not being in there right now because they can't get her 218 signature on the discharge petition. So House leaders' decision to keep lawmakers away from Washington during the government shutdown means Arizona Democrat Adelita Grijalva will have to continue to wait to become a member of Congress. Speaker Mike Johnson has promised to give members 48 hours notice before calling them back to Capitol Hill. His goal is to force Senate Democrats to accept a House-passed Republican continuing resolution to fund the government into next month. Arizona voters in late September elected Grijalva to succeed her father, and Democratic leaders want her sworn in right away during a pro forma session. Johnson's aides are saying she'll have to wait for a regular session. Yeah, they're doing this intentionally so that she cannot sign the discharge petition. MAGAs, what the fuck are you so afraid of, is the question. Currently, she has also come out and made a statement, according to local news out here, KJZZ. She says she has heard absolutely nothing from the House of Representatives about her swearing-in date. Absolutely nothing. She was elected in. We are, Mr. Incognito, yeah, we know he's in the files. We know. Yeah, she was voted in on September 23rd. D, thank you so much for the Viking Hammer. Win D in the chat. 25 fucking dubs for V in the chat. D in the chat. Excuse me. I appreciate that. Win D in the chat. 25 dubs for D. She's amazing. Yeah, she won on September 13th. It's going to be October 7th tomorrow. So that's been 2 weeks. And while Tuesday will mark 2 weeks since the victory, there are still questions about when she will actually be sworn in and take office. This is fucking unconstitutional to me. She won the election. Put her in the fucking house. Thank you so much for the butterfly. I appreciate that. So the federal judge didn't give the TRO right now, National Guard, a route to Illinois. Yes, the Texas 200 National Guard members are temporarily going to the Illinois. It's just temporary, though. They could be turned around tomorrow or by Friday. It's all a fucking waste of our time. It's all a waste of taxpayer money, and it's all a fucking distraction. Right, Bones? Bones is so warm right now. He's been sitting in between my legs, and this guy is... You're on fire right now, dude. Yeah, you are on fire, Blondie. Look at this Blondie. He's been sitting in between my legs the entire show. Exactly. Thank you for being here. This information totally unconstitutional. Why is everybody? I don't know. Well, the courts are only going to stay funded for about another week, probably. Not even. All political theater is right. Thank you, Anita. He loves his bops for sure. Thank you so much, Anita. What's up, Bonesy? What's up, Blondie? What's up, Blondie? You hanging out? You hanging out on the afternoon live? Pritzker did file a lawsuit. Yeah. It may happen quickly. Yeah. I think you're right, Gaines. Because that lawsuit went out this morning, and I actually put in my video. I love when Illinois makes me look good, that it was going to wind up being, there was going to be a lawsuit within 24 hours, and it actually happened. Yes, this is a Yorkie, Zach. We got 2 of them. The other one's sleeping on the couch, I think, right now. This guy was sleeping right on my legs. I don't know what he's tired from. What are you tired from, man? You've been sleeping for the last hour and a half. You've been sleeping for the last hour and a half. Look at him, he's in heaven right now. All right, dude. Alice, thank you so much for the roses. I'm going to set you down, brother, because I know you got hot. Being cute is exhausting, isn't it? Alice, thank you so much. We got 13 more Octobers. We're going to get up to 300,000. So, House Speaker Mike Johnson indicated that Grijalva could be signed in next week. If they're not in session, I doubt it. I anticipate that this government shutdown is going to last longer than 35 days, which was the length of time in his first government shutdown during his first administration. Linda, thank you so much for the October. I appreciate that. Your son has a Yorkie I just love. Yeah, the Yorkies are great. Shauna got me on Yorkies. They're amazing. The boys are missing their mama, but they love pops too. They love their daddy. They love their pops. But yeah, they do miss Shauna. They act a fool sometimes without Shauna here. I said, I don't know what this acting a fool thing is with you not here, but they know. It's crazy. Yep, so Grijalva joined the show to talk about what's next. She doesn't know when she's going to be there, but how do you not even hear from the House Speaker when you won the seat? She said she's heard absolutely nothing. There has been direct communication with the Speaker's office and myself. Democratic leadership, though, Leader Hakeem Jeffries and, many others have been advocating for me, sending letters, but they're having canceled all of their votes and have no indication at all as to when I might get sworn in. This is a formally elected Congress member. This is fucking crazy. And this is an actual interview on KJ. It's called KJZZ. It's a station out here in Phoenix. Is it safe to say, though, that the votes canceled for this week, that it is in all likelihood not happening this week? I mean, the sad part is that there are so many questions, but right now, thank you, Love and Critters, for the October. Members are on a 48-hour notice, which means if the Speaker decides to open up on Friday, Cupcake Boss, thank you so much. We'll get a message 48 hours before then to be ready to come to vote, and the Congress will be back in session. So she's not going to get sworn in as long as there's a government shutdown. Even though Congress members are getting paid, they're one of the few government officials that remains getting paid. I want to fucking mention that right now. Congress members are getting paid. And don't you think Congress members should actually be in fucking Congress right now negotiating or encouraging members of their fucking party in the Senate to get a deal done? He has indicated that, as soon as Congress is back in session, go ahead and swear me in. But a pro forma can be held at any time. So she's saying she could actually be sworn in at any time during a pro forma session. But they're not going to do that because they don't want her sworn in. That can be held at any time, so I can be sworn in at any time, she said. I'm quoting her now. And Speaker Johnson has done that, okay? The precedent with the Speaker is that on April 1st, 2 Republican candidates won their elections. Jimmy Petronas and Randy Fine. And on April 2nd, less than 24 hours after they were elected, they were sworn into office. Petronas and Fine are Republican. Representative James Walkinshaw is a Democrat. He was sworn in less than 24 hours after his election. And I am still waiting, and we are 13 days now since I was elected. So again, he can have a pro forma session without fucking Congress being open and get her sworn in. The truth is, he doesn't want to get her sworn in. And we all know fucking why. Right, Fabulous? It's crazy, right? So I know you said that, I'm kind of reading you the interview right now. I know you said you had a lot of direct conversation, if any, with the Speaker's office, but do you have a sense as to why this delay is happening? I do. Hippie Gamma, I think we all do. I think all 225 of us know why this delay is happening. It begins with Schmepp and ends with Steen. I think we all know. Hippie Gamma, thank you so much. You are amazing. We got how many more of the Octobers left? We only got fucking 9 Octobers left. Grijalva said, I really, truly, I don't want to, I'm not, what do you say? I truly try not to be a conspiracy theorist about, any of it. I think there's plausible explanations for most things. Unfortunately, in this case, the only thing that differentiates me from the other 3 people that have been sworn in specials this year is that I am the 218th signer of the discharge petition to release the Schmepstein files. Hippie Gamma, thank you so much. Whoop, there it is. I like that she fucking talked about it too. She said, yeah, I know why. I will read it again. Unfortunately, in this case, the only thing that differentiates me from the other 3 people that have been sworn in specials this year, I am the 218th signer to the discharge petitions to release the Schmeppies files. She knows what the game is. Win Hippie Gamma, win gains in the chat. 25 does for each of them. They knock that shit down so easily. You've got to fucking speak on it. I love when these Democrats actually speak on it. Speak on it. Damn, I don't give a fuck, took my kitty. You might want to rephrase that, Marissa. You might want to rephrase that. I'm not sure that that's the proper way of phrasing that. She said, I don't give a fuck, took the kitty. He took my kitty. I'm not sure that that's the proper use of language there, Marissa. You might want to plug the husband's ears on that one. I'm not sure that's the route we want to go, but he did take the kitty. We have other things up there like a pumpkin patch. If you haven't seen a pumpkin patch, it's beautiful. Maybe I'll put one pumpkin patch so you can see it. But I don't give a fuck did take the kitty, as you like to say. He did take the kitty. You've got to be careful with that kitty. You really do. So he took the kitty. That's okay. That's okay. We got the pumpkin patch back up there. You can always throw a pumpkin patch instead. It's beautiful. That's funny that you said that. Marissa, you'll always be a Tiger Queen. Drop the Tiger Queen sticker in the chat. Marissa, we love the pumpkin patch. Thank you. That's such a beautiful pumpkin patch. Thank you, Marissa. I appreciate that. Win Marissa in the chat. She's great. She said, you took my kitty. And you can still throw it too, right? Just because he lit it up, it doesn't mean you can't throw it. You can always throw the kitty. I don't know if that sounds good either. You can always throw your kitty. I don't know if throwing the kitty away, I don't know if giving the kitty is what I want to say either. That might not have been right, but you can always throw the kitty anytime you want. Anytime you want. It doesn't have to be just in the gallery. You can throw the kitty anytime you please. Throwing kitties. What's wrong with us, chat? That's funny. So anyway, I'm reading a Grijalva interview. She said, you're unalived. Journey, thank you so much for the dinosaur. We have too much fucking fun on here. I told you how fucked up it is that I am comfortable wearing this fucking ridiculous Merkin on my head on Mondays. I just feel like it's part of the Monday outfit. I'm rocking the polo. I put on the fucking, the Merkin. And I'm just ready to go. Why are you throwing the kitty? I don't give a fuck through the kitty. And then Marissa said somebody took her kitty. You can throw any kitties that you want. We've got leopards in there. We've got the Leon the kitten. We've got everything. Hopefully it isn't the Kingdom fam. You keep calling Stormy. You're also telling her to throw the kitty. I am. It's illegal. It's illegal to pause and win because you don't want your president to be exposed. I would think so. Yeah. So she said that's the only difference between my election. Journey, thank you for that little flopping. It looks like a flopping used car sales lot. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Throwing kitties, what? Not sure about that. I guess I've been under a rock throwing kitties. She's talking about Leon the kitty. There it is. That's the Leon the kitty. Thank you so much, Marissa. That's her kitty. She just threw the kitty. Thank you, Marissa, for throwing the kitty. I appreciate that so much. Drop the Molly Marissa sticker. Drop the Tiger Queen sticker. That's the kitty. She threw her kitty. She threw her kitty anyway. Thank you, thank you, Marissa. That's a strong kitty. That is. Thank you so much. And we do a little sound effects too. My kitty game is on point in terms of my kitty voice. And then I also do a good wolf too. So when we get the wolf again, I do a really good wolf. What's the other one I do? I think those are my two. Shauna does the I do an elephant too. The elephant's good. Marissa, thank you so much for the Panther paws. Hippie Gamal, thank you so much for the populace. Shauna does the chicken. She is the master of the chicken on here. All right, everybody, let me get back to Grohalva. So she said that's the only difference because my election does not change Democrats into the majority. We're still in the minority. Really, the biggest issue is the fact that our community does not have constituent services. District 7 in Arizona does not have a voice that can advocate for them or stand up for them and be able to answer questions that are really critical, important right now during a shutdown. And so our constituents are losing out because of these games being played with my swearing in. 100% correct. Yep. Thank you so much, D. I appreciate you. Win Marissa in the chat. $25 for a chat. Drop them on the Marissa sticker. You're amazing, girl. I appreciate you. We're going to continue to go with some of these smaller ones right now because y'all have been so awesome. We did the pumpkin pie. We did the pumpkin patch. We did. Thank you so much for the heart me. Viking hammers. We did. Oh, let's go back to the trick or treats. I really like these trick or treats too. It's Halloween. We don't have many trick or treaters in our neighborhood. They're scared of the Milano cookies. I might give away coconut Milanos this year for Halloween. Maybe I'll give some. Is it messed up to give away Milano cookies? That's not candy?
Yeah, fuck you, Milano. You gave me some Milanos. Fuck you, man. Fuck off, man.
Chris, thank you so much for the trick or treat. Not too many MAGAs in here today. You get so many. You get
fuck you, man.
You get a lot of trick or treaters loving critters.
Hey, fuck you. Fuck off, you Milano cookie. Fuck you. I fucking hate you. What time tonight? I'll be back. Fuck you, man.
D, thank you so much for that.
I fucking hate you. You're the worst on TikTok. I fucking hate that voice you make, too. What time tonight? What time tonight?
Ziamara, thank you so much, Anthony.
I'll be back. Fuck you, man. Fucking hate your program. How do I subscribe? Fuck you, man. Fucking A. F off, dude.
We get so many. Helen, they get so unhinged. It's so funny. It's so funny.
You live in a trap house.
I heard somebody over the weekend.
You live in a trap house, and I live in a mansion. And I know just because I don't have a smartphone, I hate your house. I live in a mansion. I won't show my face or have a smartphone, though.
So funny. Helen, this weekend, it was pretty funny. They had me cracking up. I'm like, these people are not real. Like, they're so unhinged. That MAGA voice sends you. I love doing that voice.
Dr. Fauci, the jab. Fuck you and the jab.
I'm giving away the jab for Halloween this year. Fuck that. If any MAGAs come to my house, they're getting a jab.
Where's my candy? You got the jab. You gave me the jab instead, you bastard. You fucking frozen York peppermint patty. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. I didn't want a jab. I wanted some candy.
I'm giving away the fucking jab. I'm giving away Dr. Fauci stickers. Fuck that. Right, Lisa? Constitutions. Oh, that's great, everybody. We got 8 more trick-or-treats. We have too much fun with these MAGA mush brains, don't we? It's fucking great. I love it.
Fuck you, man.
Denise, thank you so much for the trick-or-treat. Y'all are awesome. Popular number 80 in here right now. Where are we right now? We're outside of the dailies, but we're doing fucking awesome. We're in the top... Shit, we're about to be top 99 in the A2 category. 7 more trick-or-treats. Y'all are crushing. What do you think of these new little these new little Halloween animations? I like them. You're losing it out.
Fuck you, man. You look like just like, you know those Junior Mints that you pull out of the freezer? And they got that little white crust on them. You look like a frozen Junior Mint, you asshole. Fuck you, man. You can't be bi. You can't be two things. You can't be black and white.
Marissa, thank you so much for the trick-or-treat. Obstinate, thank you for the trick-or-treat.
Fuck you, man. Fuck off.
Oh, they love me. They fucking love me.
You're just, you know what? Fuck you, man. I'm not getting any Doge checks. I'm giving my money to get Trump to heaven. And you get all these trick-or-treats, you grifter. Fuck you, man. That's what they tell me. Fuck you, man. You get all these trick or treats?
Thank you so much, Marissa.
Fuck off. I can't even get a tariff rebate. Why will nobody give me a trick or treat?
Thank you, Marissa. Drop that Mother Marissa sticker.
I gave $15 to get Trump to heaven. I still can't get anything.
D, thank you so much for the love painting. I appreciate it.
Fuck off, man.
We haven't had too many MAGAs in here today. It's been nice, hasn't it? What do we do next? What do we do next? So, Grijalva's getting screwed, okay? This is crazy. So, because she's not getting signed in, too, she can't do her job. We really don't get any, Dia. We really don't. Anyway, the interview asked, I wanted to ask you about that. Obviously, you know, even if, for example, when your father was not able to physically be in D.C., he still had his staff there to handle questions or take phone calls, answer emails from constituents on things that they needed help with. Is none of that happening in your district now with either his former staff or your incoming? No, she can't even answer calls, reply to emails because she has not been sworn in. Because leases were canceled and staff were dismissed, that office is closed as September 19th. Memory serves, all the computers were taken. Information was wiped, cell phones, phone lines, all of that is done. Leases for offices here in the district were also closed. So there are no services. That office no longer exists. It was the People's Office of CD7. The assumption is once a new person is elected, they hire a staff, they open up offices, but none of that can occur until I'm sworn in. So she legitimately cannot serve her constituents until she's served in. Do you know how fucked up that is? Isn't that fucked up? So if you are in her district, you essentially cannot be represented by her. Thank you, Gaines, so much on the new goal. I appreciate that. Y'all are awesome.
Fuck off, man.
So we did trick or treats. I don't know what this is. I'm doing another one. It's called Gamer 2025. I don't know what this has to do with Halloween and the holiday season, but Gamer up top. We got 11 of them. Loving the hair. Yeah. So what are you doing right now to prepare for it? Because obviously at some point you will be sworn in. Tiff D, thank you for the gamer. A-Hos, thank you so much for the heart me. And when you do, it will most likely be coming at a very interesting time in Congress. Gaines, thank you, my love. I appreciate that. Either ending a shutdown or still in the midst of a shutdown. Thank you, Straight Warning. She said, I've obviously identified staff that I'd like to send offer letters to and get them all set up. We have identified a couple spaces for a district office, both here in Tucson. So she serves Tucson, Yuma. I don't know what the other, I'll need to look it up. Hold on. I'll tell you what cities. And other places, and none of the onboarding can occur until that happens. So just like when you start working on a big organization, it's not like you snap your fingers and emails are working and everything's clicking. We need time, and time is of the essence right now, and we don't have any. Isn't that fucked up? So that's what's happening. Thank you, Robert. Oh yeah, let me see the Congressional District 7. So I wanted to give you an update on that because people keep, when are they going to release the files? When are they going to get that signature? Not until she gets sworn in. They can't get, well, they could actually do a pro forma session and have her come in and get sworn in. But MAGA Mike Johnson doesn't want to do it. Caitlin, thank you for the heart me. Thank you so much for the Go Popular. Appreciate you. Lisa, thank you so much for the heart me. You're welcome, my love. Thank you so much, Gaines. I appreciate that. Did you see the judge's house? Yeah, I talked about it earlier. They are still investigating. They don't know the cause of it, but it burst into flames. It looked pretty fucking serious. Yeah. And she had temporarily placed a fucking restraining order, a block, on releasing South Carolina voting data to the Department of Justice about 6 weeks ago. So there's a lot of connections being made, but it's under investigation, so I'm not making any judgment yet until I have evidence. But, yeah, the timing's fucked up. We know how often judges get threatened. I mean, we've had judges' fucking family members getting unalived. So we fucking know that it's a possibility. Yeah, the father had to jump from like an elevated first story, broke his legs. I think the children got out another way, but everybody seems to be safe. I think the father got the worst of the injuries. He's also a former Democratic senator in the state of South Carolina. Yeah, it seemed fucking crazy. It seemed tragic. But I'm not really surprised by anything that happens during this administration these days. Are you? I'm with you, Incognito. Release the files. No comment from Trump? Of course not. He doesn't give a shit. Doesn't give a shit about anybody. What's up, David? David, make sure you drop a follow, man. I see you in here quite a bit. Drop a follow, brother. I believe that's a Puerto Rican flag, too, I think. Shout out Bad Bunny, David. Shout out Bad Bunny. What's up, Great? He was golfing, of course. Just needs to be careful on the DL that nothing happens to him. Yeah, right? I know, right? I'm sure, I would hope that somebody like Grijalva has like a private security team right now, especially knowing she's the last fucking signature on that on that petition. I'm sure she has some fucking security. I would hope so. Because I know I wouldn't be out in these streets with no security. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. I'm even trying to set myself up with that in New York. I will have that. Not even trying. And I'm no Congress member right now. Right? Marissa, thank you so much for the gamer. I appreciate that. You'll come protect her? Nice, Grey Dog. Well, thank you so much for that offer. Marissa, thank you for the gamer. I appreciate that. Win Marissa in the chat. She's doing amazing. Right, Sally T? The delay is an admission. Well, yeah, we knew that this was going to happen, though. Like, we knew it. I don't give a fuck. Thank you so much. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck either. I don't give a fuck. Let's get up to 300,000. We're having a great time. Patty, thank you so much. I love these Mondays. Like, I felt like this was
I just feel like
I felt like this was a very productive, informative Monday live. As usual, it gets our week kicked off in the right direction. If you have not checked out my last videos, I always tag people in my videos in the community just so you know that I post a video. If that annoys you, let me know. But I like just including people in there so you know when I post. Drop comments, drop a like. Getting a lot of views on the last 3 videos that I posted, which is awesome. Thank you, Marlon and Marissa. I appreciate it. 5 more gamers up top. We're going to get to 300,000. We're going to take it a break. We're going to come back for the Chiefs game. Okay, how about them Chiefs? How about them Chiefs and Jags? Should be a good game. The Jags are better than I expected this year. So I think that that's going to be a fantastic fucking game. Tonight, I think it'll be a real game. A real good game. How about them Chiefs? That beautiful face, that beautiful brain, that beautiful lips, beautiful brain. Let's go, Dodgers. Dodgers just started, huh? Do you think he'll pardon Giseline? I don't have any predictions. I don't think it's a smart political move, obviously, because that makes him look extremely guilty, like he was tied to it. But he is a moron, so it's a possibility. Do you leave it out of the question? I don't. I think it's a possibility. I'll put it there. I can't predict if he's actually going to do it. I think he's actually weighing it. It's going to be pretty hard to say you fucking care about children and trafficking and women. It's going to be pretty hard to play that game, MAGA, that you care about the list if he pardons fucking Giseline. I can tell you that. It's going to be pretty difficult to defend that, won't it? Here in St. August, how about those Chiefs? I respect Patrick Mahomes. I love Andy Reid. They looked a lot better last game, so I think they're going to start getting it on. Yeah, I mean, you just don't know because he said he didn't rule on it either way, so you just don't know. He hasn't thought about it either way. But you can't trust a word out of his mouth, so I don't trust a word out of this administration's mouth, right? Also, get your heart me in if you don't have if you've got a gray half, it means you don't have your heart me in. So get that heart me up, top left of your screen, right next to my logo. It's gonna be my little logo, the African Knight, the AKA the high yellow feather, and you're gonna see a heart me on the right. All right, who the Bears got this week? Nobody. We had a bye week this week. Yeah, we play the Commanders next week. We needed that bye week to get our defense going. Thank you, Rob, on the dollar Vimo. We got 73 left on the Vimo, on the goal too. If anybody wants to help out with that too, rather than the in-app gifts, that's fine. I appreciate everybody being in here as usual. Sure. Thank you so much for the heart me. Everything that comes out of their mouth is a bunch of BS. Yeah, pretty much. That's what I said. You can. So that's why people always say, "Well, do you think he's telling the truth?" No, I never think he's telling the truth. I don't think he's capable of telling the fucking truth. I don't think this administration ever tells the truth. Do you? About anything. Everything. You really think that Portland is experiencing a war right now? Because everybody in Portland says there is no war. Yeah. So now he's talking about that. Now he's never invoked it. Now this will get stopped too. Trump is threatening to use the federal law to bypass courts and troops. So this came out today. The president said he was considering invoking the Insurrection Act to assume emergency powers and send federal troops to Chicago and Portland. That's not going to work either, because he's going to have to prove that there's an emergency in court. He's not going to be able to prove that. So he said this before about Los Angeles and then didn't invoke the Insurrection Act because he can't. He can't. So that won't happen. That won't happen. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. It's all threats and intimidation, but it's not going to fucking work. So I will read when a president can invoke the Insurrection Act, just so you know. Just so you know. Like, you actually have to be, like, under attack or in a war. Like, we're not, so he's not going to be able to. And it's crazy. He's just creating problems. Like, let's say he invokes the Insurrection Act. He has to admit that he has no control of these cities. So if he tries to fucking invoke the Insurrection Act, it's going to admit he's lost control of the country. How does that work? He's supposed to be the law and order president. He was supposed to be making us more safe and secure. If you invoke the Insurrection Act, that means you have no control. That doesn't align with what he's telling people. That he's got no crime, that he's got everything under control. That doesn't make any sense, does it? The scenarios, this is according to the Brennan Center for Justice, the scenarios at which you can invoke the Insurrection Act. At the request of the state. To enforce federal law. The president can deploy forces without a state's request if enforcing a federal law becomes impractical. That's not happening. To protect constitutional rights. That's also not happening. The act allows the president to use forces within a state during an insurrection, domestic violence, unlawful combination, or conspiracy. None of those things are happening. He's not going to be able to do this, folks. Yeah, he's not going to be able to do this. And again, this is different than martial law. People get them fucking confused. They are different things, okay? I just want people to know that. Linda, thank you for the gaming. Invoking the Insurrection Act differs from martial law and enables military assistance to civilian authorities rather than replacing them. So like when you're in martial law, you're under complete military control. It's going to wipe the president's power out. You're going to even get rid of courts. You're going to have military tribunals instead. That won't happen. I talked about it, Lemon, a couple times. We don't have any new information on the judge. Yeah. They're still investigating. We just know that it fucking burst into flames on Saturday. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But if he tries to invoke the Insurrection Act, that's going to be in court too. He's trying to sidestep law in the Constitution. The one thing invoking the Insurrection Act would do, this is according to the Brennan Center of Justice, it would suspend the posse comitatus rule, which disallows the military from engaging in law enforcement activities, and allows the president to deploy the military to assist civilian authorities with law enforcement. Again, what laws are being broken right now? People are exercising their First Amendment rights. That might involve soldiers doing anything from enforcing a federal court order. Again, this is going to go to court because they don't have any court orders. To suppressing an uprising against the government. That's not happening either. Of course, not every domestic use of the military involves law enforcement activity. Other laws, such as the Stafford Act, allow the military to be used in response to national disasters. That's not happening. Public health crisis and other similar events without waiving the restrictions of the Posse Comitatus Act. Blocking ICE is a crime. Who's been charged with blocking ICE? How many people? What cities? Give me names. Who's blocking ICE? How many charges of blocking ICE operations have we had? And what's your source? What? Who said that people are blocking ICE? Where are you getting that information from? Source? Well, I feel like protesting ICE is not a crime. 10 cars surrounding ICE, and they were charged with surrounding ICE? What were 10 cars surrounding ICE charged with? And give me your source. Where are you seeing that 10 cars are not allowed to surround ICE? I don't know. That's a law somewhere? Where did you see that law? No. What's your source? Chicago's a city. What's your source? A source would be like the New York Times, the Brennan Center for Justice, PBS, BBC. Show me a source that says 10 people were charged with surrounding ICE. I haven't heard that reported anywhere. What? Did you get that from a MAGA Live? That's not a crime. Sorry, buddy. And what? Cite the law. What law is that? What statute? What? In Illinois, give me the state statute number that says impeding ICE is a crime and includes blocking them. According to what law? So far, I've gotten no sources from you and no specific laws. Vague phrases and no sources. Includes blocking them is in what statute? According to what? I'm waiting. I'm still waiting for a source on any of this. You said 10 cars? Where did you get 10 cars? That's a very specific number. Where is that reported? Give me any source. BBC, PBS. TrustMeBro.org, not accepted. A MAGA Live, also not accepted. Callie, thank you so much. See, the mental gymnastics you people fucking go through to try to make it seem that crimes are occurring. I'm still waiting on a source or the statute in which you said blocking ICE is a fucking crime.
Trans will be next. DEI.
Notice I have still received no answer. Source on 10 cars blocking ICE in Chicago. Are you sure that's not just called traffic? All media? No, I didn't ask you for all media. I asked you for a specific source. I asked you for one source.
All media.
No, not all media, because I've been on the New York Times, the Brennan Center for Justice, I've been on NBC News. None of them have reported 10 cars are obstructing ICE. So it sounds like it's not all media. A lady was pew-pewed, yes, and why was she pew-pewed? Who was she pew-pewed by? One lady operated 10 cars? I'm still waiting on any source. You haven't given me one. All media is not a source. Yeah. But see, these are the mental gymnastics the MAGAs have to go through to try to present the idea that there are major problems. Yeah, there aren't. Let's say that there was 10 cars blocking ICE. Who cares? So, what's the name of the press release? What's the date of the press release? They said 10 cars were surrounding it and that's a crime? That's what the Chicago CPD said? I don't think that's correct. I know one lady was pew-pewed. She was operating all 10 of those cars. Today, what's the name of the press release? Let's look it up. You said a lot without saying anything. They said 10 cars were blocking ICE, and they were all committing crimes by blocking ICE. That's what it said in the press release. What's up, CG Biggs? So, answer me this. Why is the National Guard needed for that? He was live on...
It was on TV. I can't give you the station or the time or the written document.
What about the written document? Who was that written by? What day, what time was it released today? Right now, I just see a whole lot of trust me, bro, and I don't trust you. I just heard from all media that no cars were blocking ICE. That's what I just heard. No, it's not my job to do your research. You said that you heard it and you had all these sources. Google that does not suffice. You give it to me, the actual name. Because that tells me you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You just made it up. If you don't have a source, I just heard there was no cars blocking ICE. All media just reported it. See, I can do that too. Google it. I just saw no cars were blocking ICE in any city. Google it. You can find it. Google it. Google it. What's up, Maggie? Google it. Do it. Google it. It's not happening. Nope, didn't happen. No 10 cars. I just Googled it. Didn't happen. I just Googled it. Nothing came up. In fact, it said minus cars were. It said actually cars were helping ICE. Yeah. Google it. No, I mean, I guess. I mean, this is Trump's pubic hair toupee. It's called a MAGA Merkin. Don't do his job for him, Gaines. I asked him. He can do it. That was supposed to be his homework. And by the way, 10 cars surrounding ICE, again, not a crime. And again, do you see who's reporting that, Gaines? Do you see who claimed that they were boxed in by 10 cars? The Department of Homeland Security. So now you tell me, do you think the Department of Homeland Security under Kristi Noem, do you actually like believe the story? That's according to Department of Homeland Security Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin. So you think I actually fucking believe that? DHS claims the agents were unable to move their vehicles and got out of the car. According to DHS officials, one of the drivers of a car boxing them in had a pew-pew, again according to the officials, which the agency said was a semi-automatic weapon. Again, their version of events. DHS said the agents opened fire, striking the driver, who they said is a woman. So no fucking word about 10 cars being charged with crimes. I don't have any of that information. According to the federal charging complaint, the Customs and Border Protection agent who opened fire stepped out of his vehicle and pew-pewed 5 times at the woman after she rammed her car into a federal law enforcement vehicle. Not 10 cars. Looked like 1 car. Not 10. Seemed like there might have been 10 cars around, maybe. If you even believe that story. Prosecutors said she drove off. Paramedics found her in her car at a repair shop about a mile away, at which point she was taken to a hospital. She was later released from the hospital. And 10 cars could just be like, it is a city, could be traffic. We call that traffic in cities. Like if you're in a fucking busy area of Chicago, you might have 10 cars around you. It's kind of what happens in cities, New York, Chicago, Los Angeles.
There was actually cars in the city. Fuck, we didn't know what to do.
Yeah, it's called traffic. Kind of sad that ICE operations don't know how to fucking operate around traffic.
I didn't know what to do with vehicles in the city. We just got out and started pew-pewing. We didn't know what to do with cars.
Maggie, thank you so much for the gamer.
We never encountered cars before in a city.
Thank you, Maggie. Appreciate you. Gaines, you did the dude's homework and then he fucking left. It's amazing. Maggie, it's almost like once I started reading the story and what he said was bullshit, it's like weird how he left. 10 cars were not ramming the fucking officers. 10 cars were on the street, supposedly boxing in ICE. 1 car rammed a fucking officer. Not 10. Notice how none of those other 9 cars were charged with anything. DHS accused Chicago police of not helping during the incident. Well, I wouldn't fucking help you either. You don't know how to navigate through traffic. DHS also said in a statement there is a growing crowd and we are deploying special operations to control the scene. Chicago police said they responded to document the incident and maintain traffic control. It's called fucking traffic, bud.
They were boxed in. They didn't know what to do with 10 cars around. Fuck. How do you navigate through traffic? I've never been to a city before.
Yeah, Chicago police came to maintain safety and traffic control, which apparently ICE can't navigate through, but are not involved in the incident or the investigation. CPD said federal authorities are investigating the pew-pewing, so they're investigating what the ICE officer did, and all further inquiries regarding the circumstances of the pew-pewing should be referred to the appropriate federal authorities. It's crazy how you MAGAs just believe everything.
Everything.
You don't even need actual fucking information. Just go with the headline and don't read into it. Marissa, thank you so much for the gamer. So I was aware of the incident of this person being pew-pew because it was reported over the weekend. I didn't know about the 10 cars of traffic.
I can't believe they were surrounded by traffic in a busy city. What are you going to do when you're boxed in by 10 cars?
Do you think, like, listen to how fucking stupid MAGA is too. Do you think 10 random cars in a city with no coordination, no relationship with each other, you think they all just rolled down their window and said,
yo, you know what we're going to do? Let's box these ICE agents in together. We'll teach these bastards.
You think just 10 cars randomly on the city of Chicago just said,
You know what? Let's fucking box these ICE assholes.
they all rolled down their windows, all texted each other even though they don't know each other?
Let's all box them in together, these assholes.
Yeah, it's called traffic. That's what fucking happened. It was traffic. And ICE was probably blocking fucking traffic. That's what happened. Like 10 random cars in Chicago just coordinated to stop ICE. If ICE allowed that to happen, they're really fucking ineffective. They were rammed by vehicles. Yeah, vehicles probably trying to get around their asses. That's probably why they were getting rammed. It's Chicago. People are fucking angry trying to get to where they need to get to, and you're fucking up traffic with your stupid shit, your stupid operations. You'd rather take the side streets? That's so funny. These the brain unalived, I swear. So brain unalived. She was someone who had revealed their identity totally random. It's weird to me. And first of all, you're inside your car, so what did this person do? Get outside their car and start flashing their weapon at ICE? It's fucking wild. I don't know. The whole thing seems suspicious to me. Jax, thank you so much for the popular. How the fuck would ICE have known she had a weapon? How would ICE known that she had a weapon? She just got out of her car and showed it to everybody? And said, I'm taking you out, ICE? Like, none of this shit even seems believable to me. But, whatever. Unholding, thank you for all the shares. Look at everybody with 600 shares. We're going to get to 300,000 likes. I'm going to take a break. Y'all have been fucking awesome in here. As usual, you're always awesome. I'm always grateful. I'm going to put the handheld hearts up to show love. Win Travelaholic. Look at her sharing the live. Right, Wags? That seems more believable. Maggie, thank you so much for the handheld hearts. And my thing is, too, like I always say, when we get these videos of like ICE agents throwing women to the ground and then just think about if we didn't actually have video. So like this is what happens. When you don't actually have video, they can paint this fucking situation anytime they want to. Can you imagine that girl, that woman that got thrown down in the hall last week that was recorded by someone's smartphone? Can you imagine if that wasn't the video and what the story would have been from ICE? It wouldn't have been what we saw. I promise you that. That's why I said on my video, too, document everything. If you're in any one of these cities, fucking document it. And you happen to see some shit, record it. Yeah, record it. Record it. Because, authorities never lie. Thank you, Jackson, the Pumpkins. I appreciate that. Lisa, thank you so much for the You're Awesome. Jeffrey, thank you so much. Working for eyes park their vehicle wherever they please and they expect to find it when they get back, right? Thank you so much for the handheld heart, Jeffrey. Y'all are awesome. We've got a couple of these left. We're just going to get to 300,000. We're going to take a break. Y'all have been awesome. Popular number 75. Y'all are fucking amazing. A2 category. We're in the top 99, I think, in the A2. Yeah, we are. I think. Maybe not. Oh, almost. We're almost in the top 99. Top 21%. Amazing, folks. Tap and clap, share and care. We'll get there by tonight. Easy. Tow truck driver are driving cars. Two tow truck drivers are towing cars. Good. ICE cars. Good. Stooks. Get that up. Thank you, Alice, so much for the handheld art. Let's get this thing up to 300. Been a great fucking live today. I appreciate everybody in here. I'll be back tonight. We'll have some Merkins in here tonight on a Merkin Monday. We'll have the Merkin gift up. Yeah, record. Yeah, do whatever you got to do, dude. That's what I'm saying. People need to be aware of what's going on in their communities. Totally. Tonight we'll hang out. We'll watch football. We won't talk too much politics. I like to get the politics out of the way during the day because it is important that we stay in tune with what is happening, what's in the courts, what violations are occurring with law enforcement, ICE operations, where we stand in terms of the Constitution, where we stand in the
economy, free milk and eggs.
Again, we don't even have any BLS reports because of the government shutdown, which sucks. Yeah, we're almost at 300K. Thank you so much today on the mods. You were awesome today as usual. So I appreciate you holding it down on the live, making sure people are organized. I didn't see the Governor Pritzker press conference. I read some of his transcript. He's awesome. They're fighting back. I'm just hoping, again, this fucking National Guard shit, not needed distraction, a show of intimidation, a show of force. It's stupid. Win Miles in the chat, but I did read some of it. He's awesome. Shout out Governor Pritzker. We need more of you. We need more Gavin Newsoms. Hi, thank you so much. Yeah, he's amazing. Educated, a real billionaire. a defender of the Constitution, migrant rights, individual rights. FBI reported GOP sends calls were tapped. Oh, interesting. I'll have to check that out, Chris Mack. Which calls? Is this relating to the Schmeppy's files? Is this related to what? All distraction from having a release? I know. That's why I read that thing on Adelita Grijalva, because they are trying to keep her ass out of office, which is fucked up. And unsurprising at the same time. Fucked up and unsurprising.
Dr. Fauci, Dr. Fauci. The jab.
What's up, Purple Sack? We're signing off at about 10,000 likes. We need 4 more handheld hearts. If you can drop them like it's hot. Up top of your screen if you can. I appreciate it. Win tappers, win mods. Y'all were awesome. We'll come back tonight. Well, Helen, you were amazing. I don't give a fuck. Awesome. Everybody was awesome in here. Marissa, you came in here, did your thing. Patty, amazing. Y'all are fucking amazing. CJ, love. Denise, loving critters. Tiff D, thank you so much. Throw some D's on it. Denise, Tiff D, loving critters. Gaines, my love. Linda, Trish Dish, Leah, Rose, Coffee, Jessica, Obstinate, Hippie, Zach, Taz. Y'all were all amazing. Y'all were all amazing. Stormy, I'm just going to call you Whispers. Sludge, y'all were fucking awesome. I appreciate you so much. Anita, what you doing down there, dude? I'm going to take you guys outside after I'm off here in a couple minutes, okay? Thank you, Maggie. My Maggie, awesome. Jack Smith track calls of GOP during investigation. I'm going to have to check that out. That's crazy. How was he able to do that? Win Kingdom on the goal. That was awesome. Y'all knocked these out so fast. Everything. Y'all are so quick on these. So quick, quicker than Stormy. So let's close out the little crowns. Let's do like 10 little crowns. We can do 10 little crowns because we're almost there. 5,000 likes, 10 little crowns, and we're off. Great show today. I appreciate you rocking out with me on a Monday. I know things get hectic over the weekends and at nights. No politics. We're just gonna fucking hang out. If you need to see the replays, I'm putting them up on the Why of the Tube channel. Go check them out, and you can see all the topics that we talked about in the day, okay? You're having yummy Malanos with the coffee right now. Amazing. Cheryl, thank you so much for the roses. Mass Appeal, thank you for the pumpkins. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know how they would track phones because you would need some type of warrant, is my understanding, to actually obtain records of phones, especially of senators. So that wouldn't be legal if that actually happened. Maggie, thank you so much, unless they had court's permission. Thank you, Maggie, for kicking us off on the little crowns. I appreciate that. So I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I'll check it out. Maggie, 2 little crowns. Who wants to join her? 3,000 likes. Thank you, everybody. Y'all, great start to the day. Trish Dish, thank you so much. We'll come back tonight. We'll have fun. Loving Critters, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Loving Critters on more of those. More of the little crowns. Denise on the little crown. Denise, I was trying to catch Johnny in the afternoon, but I don't think he came back on. He wanted to get me in the morning, but I don't do morning shows. Helen, thank you for the little crown. I appreciate that. Anita, thank you for the little crown. Yeah, I'm posting the replays because I want to get away from it. So if anybody misses it, I should do it every day. I really should. I'm gonna post this one today, and then I'll go back from next week's and I'll put them up too, and everybody can catch them. The Merkin's looking so sweet. I put some new tape on it today. We love the Merkin. It's all computers. It's all computers. Get your all new Merkin today. It's all computers. It's all computers. Anyway, Alice, thank you so much for the little crown. I appreciate that. You're eating pumpkin. I need to have some more pumpkin pie. Awesome. One more little crown, everybody. One more little crown. We're off. You got me to 300,000 likes, so thank you so much. The new tape is given. It's working. It's working. Thank you so much, Purple Sack. Everybody, thank you so much for this great afternoon show. We will be back tonight, 3 hours. We're going to watch some, actually probably before that. We'll watch some Monday Night Football in about an hour and a half. And I appreciate you being in here. Thank you. Tap and clap. All the tapping and clapping, all the sharing and caring, all the subscribing, all the gifting, all the donations, all the laughing, all the sharing, all the getting your heart me in. It means a great deal to me because it keeps us on the For You page. We want to continue to grow this community. So thank you for all you do. I never take you for granted. I got to take this Merkin off. Do you hear that? Peeling off my head? That is crazy. I gotta go wash my head off now. That Merkin tape is fucking crazy. Crazy work. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everything you do for me. I don't take you for granted. This community is nothing without you. So thank you, thank you, thank you for another great show. We will see you in an hour and a half. Tonight we'll just hang out. And you knew the Merkin had some work. And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Helen. You're amazing. We love you, my sis. Everybody in here, all my mods, Debs, Lizette, Myra, Maggie, y'all are incredible. Appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you. Linda, loving critters. Great show, great laughs, great fun. Chris, we love you. Nikki J, Nickel. We will see you in an hour and a half or so, okay? John A., everybody that was in here, Marissa, Helen, I don't give a fuck. Y'all are awesome. I appreciate you. Patty, Denise, Tiff D, Gaines, my love, Calypso, Linda, Trish, KD, Coffee, Jessica, Hippie, Obstinate, Whispers, we love you, Zach. Thank you so much. CJ Love, you're amazing. We'll see you in an hour and a half, okay? I'm going to go take the pups out. I'm going to get a workout in. I'm going to think about what we're making for dinner, and I'll see you in a bit, okay? I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Deuces. See you later, folks. Thank you for everything you do. Peace. Bye, Sally. Love you.